iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search The Season to start listening.
From the Ingalls Studios, this is ESPN Asheville, WPEK, W225CJ Fairview, WMXF Waynesville, and iHeart radio station.
Live from the Ingalls studio.
I can't wait to play with myself every day.
The Sportsocracy.
Damn the devil to hell! Let the big dog see! Let him on the field!
Come get you some of this.
Fire them cannons! By golly, put more powder in those things.
He couldn't take any more disappointment.
Oh, my God. The Jets killed him.
And welcome into the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, 1400. The Sportsocracy is heard everywhere you go on the iHeart Radio app. We're seen everywhere on YouTube. Just go to thesportsocracy.com, click the live video link, subscribe to the channel. That way you can join us in the chat for...
Football Wednesday just doesn't sound right. I don't know what it is, but it's not that.
Thanksgiving Wednesday? Thanksgiving Eve? No. Prelim to Turkey Day? No. That's all right. All right. Well, welcome in regardless.
Happy we're the only people working today day.
It does feel a little lonely.
I saw a tumbleweed going down the hall as I went to fill up my sweet tea earlier.
Yeah. Welcome everybody into the program. It is a football Wednesday. We'll get you set for all of the action coming up over the holiday weekend. Hope everybody has a chance to be thankful this holiday season. Be with your family if you can. Eat all of the things. Just all of it.
Do you have specific Thanksgiving Day pants?
No.
I do.
You do?
Oh, yeah.
Jeremy's got the sweats.
Well, they're not sweatpants per se.
Wait, I'm picturing in my mind like those 90s rock tearaway pants.
I do have some of those, though. I don't know if they still fit because that's back to my basketball playing days.
Right.
Long time ago. No, I have some. I have some they're very dressy looking shorts.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, I did say dressy looking shorts because in my world that's a thing. But they also have a waistband that's a little bit
stretchy,
forgiving. There's a give there.
He's got the sweat shorts that but only the nicest of sweat shorts that he breaks out for the holiday season. Love it. Love it. I hope everybody gets to have a wonderful Thanksgiving.
I think that is because we've already had a couple of these in the YouTube chat. What are you doing today? Matthew Hoffman said he works in retail. First of all, God bless you. I drove past 2 Ingalls on the way here. Be nice to those people. They're dealing with some stuff today, okay? It's not their fault you forgot the yams, Gertrude. Be nice to them. They're there working. This is their Thanksgiving Eve, too. They're working to make sure that you have food on your table, so be kind to them. And tell them you enjoy this show, and we enjoy them as well.
I still have flashbacks of my retail days. Working at Best Buy on Black Friday.
I was about to say, Black Friday, if you've ever worked in retail, which I have, I've managed retail. I worked it when I was younger. But see, it's not as much of a thing anymore because everybody does their shopping online. I look at people that go Black Friday shopping and go, you have a computer in your house. I know you do.
We like to tangibly go to the store and hold the thing in our hand when we hand over the money.
But why?
I don't know. I do. I'd like to go shopping.
I like to go to my computer and go, hey, look at that right there.
It'll be here in 3 days.
Should be here on Monday.
See?
And I paid 40% less because it was Cyber Monday, Black Friday.
See, and if I buy it for myself, I can just take it home and if it's a video game, I can play it immediately or whatever. I don't know.
Why do you not download video games? You can do that, and you never had to get off your keister.
It's too much hardware space. It's the thing.
Hardware space?
Is that not a thing anymore?
That was never a thing because that was the wrong term. You're looking for hard drive space. Hardware space would be the retail space of an Ace Hardware.
No, well, same thing.
It's not.
It is.
One is right and one is wrong. Like when my grandmother calls it the Walmarts. Nope, there is no S on that word. Never has been, never will be.
One thing I am thankful for is a few days away from this knucklehead. In fact, let's talk things to be thankful for in sports.
Oh, I got the best one.
Yeah.
I am thankful that this football season is almost over, and it cannot hurt me but so much moving forward.
Well, I mean, you know, when Aaron Rodgers decides he's coming back next year.
I don't want nope. We're talking about things to be thankful for. That means Aaron Rodgers' name does not go into this conversation.
Because we are not thankful.
I am thankful this could only happen for so much longer.
Until next year. Sorry to rain on the parade, but things aren't getting better for
look,
Florida State or the or the New York Jets.
Florida State's doomed. That's play it. Play my song. Do it. There's a reason. I need a very specific reason to tap out on any of my teams, but I think you gave me one.
That one?
That's what I was looking for.
Oh. My bad.
It's over. It's almost over, and you can't hurt me anymore. No more watching Sauce Gardner chase mediocre receivers because all of a sudden he can't play. I'm very thankful for that.
Hit us up in the YouTube comments. Let us know what you're thankful for this Thanksgiving, sports-wise. I mean, you can throw out whatever you're thankful for in your life. We'll shout that out for you as well. I, for one, am thankful. It's going to sound weird. I shouldn't be thankful, but I am thankful that college football's administrators never seem to let us down.
Oh, they're crazy people. I have waffled on this college football playoff thing to now we're almost to the point of cementing the field, and I hate it again.
Yeah.
I'm officially back to hate. If you're literally honest to God looking me in the face going, Clemson still has a shot to be in this. No, they don't.
I mean, if they're the conference champion, they'll have a shot to be in the college football playoff.
Well, let me rephrase that. No, they shouldn't.
No, they shouldn't be, but they are. They are, and we've got lots of drama going to happen this week. I mean, I keep looking at that Miami-Syracuse game going, that could cause a lot of chaos.
It could.
Syracuse
that's
could be sneaky. Old Fran Brown, he needs a shower.
Yeah, that's feeling like one of those. A lot of you are going to do it, and you shouldn't.
And you shouldn't do it.
I haven't checked the money on that, but I know there was sharp money on Syracuse that did not make a whole lot of sense to me.
As it currently sits, with the rankings, obviously things are going to change over the next couple of weeks as we have the final week of the regular season this week, and then we'll have the conference championship games that will decide things and shake things up. If the playoff
Get out of here.
What?
91% of the money's on Syracuse.
There you go.
You realize they're awful, right?
Syracuse?
Oh, they're terrible.
I mean,
they are terrible.
They can score points.
They just got beat by UConn. Stop.
Hey, UConn's a good independent program.
There are only 3 of them, and I still can't say that they're a good independent program.
Well, I mean, they're a 7-win team. They're going to go to a bowl game. It's a solid program.
Oh, they didn't get beat by – they beat UConn, but it was close.
Oh, did they? Okay, good.
They lost to Boston College and Pittsburgh. But they're 8-3. Yeah, they're also 5-6 against the spread.
Yeah, but, I mean, do we really want to end up in a situation where we have 2 ACC teams in this thing?
No.
No. So you got to be rooting for one of these teams to lose.
I am rooting. Clemson.
Clemson's not in it, though.
It's fine. I need you to be far removed from it.
The South Carolina Game Chickens, they're going to take care of Clemson this weekend.
All right, play that song since you got my first one wrong.
The South Carolina
Looks
Gamecocks.
like a dry heave with
They
music
got a chance. Look, you can end all of it. You can end all of the talk about Clemson and actually have a shot at the playoff yourself with a win. It I mean, in the modern era, this would have to be the biggest win that South Carolina would ever have in this rivalry.
Well, I just keep going back to the game we were at when they got hosed by LSU. Had you not lost that game, this would be a play-in because you beat Clemson, you would be in.
Oh, yeah.
You'd be a 2-loss SEC team that has played a schedule that was evil.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. They've still got a shot at it. A lot of things have to happen.
It would be tough.
It would be very tough, but I mean, they beat Clemson. That'll vault you up the rankings a couple of spots. It'll get you closer, and then you just need some madness to happen in front of you. You'd need one of those ACC teams to lose.
Well, I mean, look, the pivot game for a lot of you, if you're a fan of one of these peripheral teams, you should really be breaking out the black and gold of Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
Because that's the one you need. Because Tennessee, all they have to do is go into Nashville and win, they're in. May even get a home game.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't, and Vanderbilt were to pull that upset, now we're into full pandemonium.
And I think that's more likely than anybody wants to admit that it could happen. Vanderbilt's not a bad football team. I mean, Clark Lee's done a pretty good job with that team.
He's a good coach.
I mean, they beat Alabama for the first time in 40 years. Unbelievable season already.
Alabama's terrible.
Well, they still got a shot.
They shouldn't.
Just because they shouldn't doesn't mean that they don't. And it doesn't mean that the College Football Playoff Committee ain't going to be sitting there going, can we really leave Alabama out of the first 12-team playoff? I mean, if it's close.
You know, the funny thing about it, and I'll go ahead and tell you, we'll be sprinkling in bangers throughout the show. I've got some at the end of the show that are they're Gobbler related. I am not seeing what everybody else is seeing with Vanderbilt. You realize defensively they are terrible, right? They beat Alabama because Alabama couldn't do anything offensively.
Mm-hmm.
That's not going to be a problem for Tennessee. Dylan Sampson may have 300 yards rushing in this game. Nico Iamaleava may have 38 yards passing, but I don't really need you to do a ton.
Strange things have happened. I never would have picked Vanderbilt to beat Alabama in the first place. So I'm not. Look,
you know what I'm thankful for?
I actually saw the playoff rankings this morning, and I went, let's do that. Let's just freeze the rankings as they are right now. Let's have Tennessee, Georgia again in the first round. Just to say we did. Just to say we had two Tennessee Georgias in one season.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. I also don't want to see Texas A&M beat Texas. We need to get Texas in, keep Texas A&M out. Mm-hmm. I don't need a Texas A&M Georgia SEC championship game any more than I needed SMU Miami in the ACC. And then you got the Big 12, which is just you know what I'm thankful for more than anything?
What's that?
Being able to sit here in the mornings and listen to you say really stupid things about sports that make me go, you're smarter than that.
Mm-hmm.
Tank looked at me this morning and said, you do realize there's a chance the Big 12 doesn't get any team in, right? And my response was, well, there's a chance that I'm going to pull off all my clothes and drive the Parks Ford mobile studio home naked. It's not going to happen, but I mean, I guess there is a possibility of it.
You don't know that. If Arizona State, Iowa State, if they're at BYU, if it's not one of those three.
We have 5 in the top 25.
There's a good chance that they could not be the 5th highest ranked conference champion.
There's zero chance we're getting a Boise State and a Tulane. Tulane, who's best
win.
That. I say that because it's common sense. I got news for you. This is run by people that are trying to sell ad dollars. Mm-hmm. They don't really want Tulane under any circumstances. They were begging, please God, let it be Colorado, because the other 4 are not interesting at all.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll settle for Arizona State. We'll settle for BYU.
We'd
settle for Kansas State at this point before we would settle for Tulane.
You have Arizona State, BYU, Colorado, Iowa State. They're all ranked right there kind of together around Tulane. The reason I keep bringing up Tulane is because if Tulane runs the table, if they win out, they'll be an 11-2 conference champion. They're already ranked, 17th in the country? If they got to win this week against Memphis and they got to win next week against Army, that would
be your two best wins of the year, and neither one of them are impressive.
They would go up in the rankings.
I don't really agree with you. Well, I mean, because you got to look at the teams in front of them. All right, so just in your little scenario,
yes.
Who are you passing? I'm looking at the rankings right now. Who are you passing? Arizona State loses. I don't really 100% know how that would happen, but let's play your lunatic game here.
Arizona. Well, I mean, first it's Arizona State loses
to Arizona, who is awful.
Could happen. You never know.
I mean, a lot of things could happen. I tend to pander more to the any way rational, which that's not.
If Arizona State does not win the Big 12 championship game.
Okay, here's where your little argument falls apart. Mm-hmm. Iowa State and Kansas State play each other. Mm-hmm. So that game's not going to be a tie. There's one of your combatants. Mm-hmm. No matter how much pandemonium happens, there's one of your combatants. BYU's playing Houston, who is terrible. Colorado's playing Oklahoma State, who is terrible.
0-7 in conference.
Two of those teams are going to win. That's all I need. Mm-hmm. I don't care which two it is. It could be the worst two of the bunch. That's good enough.
Okay. And you end up with...
We gave you the group of 5. You get Boise State, and thankfully we got a team that's got a running back that's at least interesting. I will give you $100 cash right now if you can tell me a player that plays for Tulane.
No.
Can you tell me their coach's name?
No.
Which is sad because he's a candidate for the Carolina job, and we're affiliates of Carolina. His name is John Summerall, by the way.
Oh, that guy. That's Pat Summerall's kid, right?
No, not Summerall. Summerall. There's no E.
You keep saying the same thing.
It's because I'm from Hicktown.
It's not Summerall, it's Summerall.
You put M and R beside each other, and
I get it.
There's no vowel in between it.
It's not Summerall, it's Summerall.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah, there's no path.
No.
You're going to get a Big 12 champion, whoever that is. Mm-hmm. I don't care. Mm-hmm. There are possibilities of 9 teams in the Big 12 getting in.
There are.
It would take literally an act of God for anybody but those 5 teams I just said.
Yeah. You've got the Arizona State, BYU, Colorado, Iowa State. More than likely, the championship game is going to be 2 of those 4 teams. However, there is a lot of things that can happen. I won't use the word Jeremy used for it before we came on the program, but there's a lot of things that have to happen.
It would have to be a lot of
shenanigans.
I'm trying to think of a delicate way to say that.
Falafelry.
That'll work.
There have to be a lot of falafelry going on for 5 other teams have like a less than 1% chance
4
of being
There's 5 in the top 25.
Do what?
So there's 5 in the top 25. There's 9 teams total. Mm-hmm. You said there were 5 more there were 4 more.
Right. There's 4 that are currently basically equal odds
to
make the championship game.
Need an act of God.
Yeah. There are 5 behind them that have less than 1% chance that they could end up in this game.
That's what I was telling you. You're saying this backwards. You have 5 teams that basically you win, you need one thing to happen. You've got 2 that control their fate. The Big 12 had to explain this real slow. Of which, by the way, this is the reason that having these gigantic conferences may not be the best idea, because you wind up with situations like Tulane. They've played 0 of the top 6 teams in the American. Mm-hmm. You've played the bottom 8 teams in the conference, and you are actually trying to sell me on that's a playoff team. No, it's not. Neither is Clemson. Neither is Alabama. No.
Right. Could be a pivotal weekend. in college football.
And this is one of those times as a bettor, I just sit back and go, okay, Miami-Syracuse, if you weren't actively rooting for Miami to not be in it, there's zero reason you would take Syracuse in this game. None.
Mm-hmm.
People are doing it because they want to see carnage. Yeah, I'll take Miami. Arizona State, Arizona. If you had a brain literally as big as a Pomeranian's, you would know Arizona is B-A-double-D awful. Arizona State should beat them. Things can happen.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't bet it.
Right. You're in the Sportsocracy, and this is ESPN Asheville. What are you thankful for this holiday season? Hit us up in the YouTube chat, and we'll shout that out.
North Carolina, Summit Dental is doing everything they can to continue providing exceptional safe dental care for our community. They're taking every safety precaution during this time. Their water system for patients is self-contained, and they're only using bottled distilled water for their patients' needs. Whether you're a current patient at Summit Dental or you're looking for a new dental provider, they're back to work and ready to support you and your family and any of your dental needs that you may have. Call today, 828-277-6868.
Using a Clorox disinfecting wipe on your coffee table this cold and flu season feels like... It feels like being bold enough to laugh your weird laugh in front of everyone.
That was a good one.
With Clorox, clean feels confident. Clean feels good. Use as directed on hard, non-porous surfaces.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Accomplishing goals is hard, but when your goal is to learn a new language, Babbel makes it easy. Babbel is designed with you in mind. From expert-created lessons to conversational video units and even live classes, you can personalize your Babbel experience to be exactly what you need to really learn a new language more easily. Go ahead, set a goal for yourself. Accomplish it with Babbel. Try Babbel for free. Go to babbel.com. That's babbel.com.
This is where it starts, where your story begins. This is the trail you blaze yourself. And step by step, you get stronger, faster, better. This is where it starts. How will you finish? Ingalls, we're with you every step of the way.
If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate in the mountains, you need to call the agents at Clarissa Sells WNC, brokered by eXp Realty. Check us out online at clarissasellswnc.com. And did I mention that Clarissa Sells WNC loves teachers? We love teachers so much, we're giving back 25% of our commission at closing. For more information, contact us today at 828-774-6343 or clarissasellswnc@gmail.com.
This is J.W. Whitley with Parks Ford of Hendersonville. I'm so excited to introduce you to this month's Parks Community Hero, Meals on Wheels. Meals on Wheels, with the help of numerous volunteers, delivers nutritious meals and friendly conversation to homebound seniors. Throughout their meal delivery program, you can help seniors keep their independence. To get involved, visit MOWABC.com. Thank you to Meals on Wheels, and congratulations, our Parks Community Hero. Experience the Parks Promise today at parksfordhendersonville.com.
The Sportsocracy.
That is some good, clean family fun there, eh, Cot?
We're back in the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville. Jeez. I thought I hit the button. I turned your mic on.
There it is.
I didn't turn my own mic on.
I hit it. It's still here.
Old one-job Tank Spencer.
The old one-job Post-it note. I need a little sign like Wile E. Coyote that just hold it like, Yikes.
It is Thanksgiving Eve, and we've got all of the feast of football on the way for you. We'll pick all the games in the NFL this weekend. Jeremy will have some bangers for you at the end of the program as well. Things to be thankful for in the sports world.
We have a lot of them in our YouTube chat.
We do.
I asked the beginning show, what are you doing today? Because I'm really curious. Timothy O'Toole said he's sitting in a McDonald's doing a law school final, and he was very glad that there's a show today.
Okay,
that
excellent.
means, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that means he's in the top 5% of smart men.
You said one wrong.
Oh, for sure. Well, there's the lawyer that handled my first divorce, so I don't know that I could say that they're all 1%ers.
Oh, I thought you were saying that he was in the top 5% of brain power in this program, and I went, no, that's...
I meant in the world, but sure, we can go with
Like, no, that number's much smaller than the rest of us want it.
Good luck on that, and Tank broke his camera because he started doing hand stuff. Don't do hand stuff.
Oh, is it moving
Yeah,
now?
it's moving because you did hand stuff, so now it's chasing you around.
Oh, there it goes. There it goes.
Hold your hand up
right,
so it will stop.
Like
Thank
this?
you.
Like
there
that?
it is.
All right. So he's doing a law final today. That doesn't sound like any kind of fun. Hope you studied up for the test. You're not getting
Good luck with that. And when you pass the bar, if you do civil things, please send me your number on Twitter. People get angry at me a lot.
So Kelvin Joyner says he's thankful for Cam Ward for finally giving him hope in his Hurricanes this fall. Hopefully the Raiders will draft him and keep Kelvin's
I mean,
hope
that is
going.
the dream, that your college is saved by a quarterback, and then he goes to save your NFL franchise. And then you meet that guy, you become best friends, and you do karate in the garage.
Sure. I mean, that's every fan's dream.
That's
right?
a Disney movie right there. It's better than anything you've done recently.
Yes, most definitely it would be. The best example I had of that was, would have been. Actually, I don't even have a great example of that.
I was about to
I don't
say,
have
were you going to pull out your Stetson Bennett?
I don't have a crossover player that went to my favorite team and was awesome.
Well, I mean, you got Baker Mayfield, who's saving your NFL franchise right now.
No doubt.
Yeah, this is a joke.
One gabagool at a time.
Hey. And then you had Stetson Bennett, who was basically like a little kid that dressed up as Baker Mayfield for Halloween.
Right. Yeah. I didn't have that. Have you had that? Who was your
Jordan Travis?
That doesn't count.
That's the replacement for Aaron Rodgers.
That doesn't count.
That will bring me back to Jet fandom.
Like Lavernius Coles would probably be
one of my favorite Jets of all time. Leon Washington also up there pretty high.
Probably be the best example of a crossover athlete. No, I don't think the Tar Heel. MJ Stewart was probably the only decent Tar Heel player that ever ended up with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I think. We had Jonathan Crompton for a second, but he never got off the practice squad. So, technically, we did go to the same high school. So, I felt like that was a bit of a crossover. But that didn't work.
Yeah, he played for the Jets, too.
Yeah.
For a minute.
Never had that great example. Also, something to be thankful for. Gigi Gambling says he's thankful for the SEC, Lane Kiffin, Brian Kelly, Kalen DeBoer, and Vanderbilt.
So he's thankful for the chaos of the SEC.
Yes. This past weekend sent a lot of things in tumbling down. That's how you ended up with SMU being now in the discussion, right? They were in this discussion before if they could win the ACC.
Which is not as untoward as people think.
But
look, if
those
you're a fan
SEC
of the
teams
SEC,
losing,
you should be rooting for Miami and SMU to be playing each other.
Right.
Because, I hate to break this to you, if Clemson ends up in this playoff, there's going to be a whole lot of talk of, do we have to give the ACC an automatic bid moving forward? Because I don't think we do.
No, if we're not having that discussion, we have to have that discussion about the Big 12 as well.
I think we should have that discussion, period.
No conference champions. Nobody gets automatic bids.
Who are your 12 best teams in college football?
The 12 best teams in college football.
That's what we're supposed to be trying to do here, right?
Right. Well, you know what? This sounds like a good time for us to take a break. Let's take a break. We'll do the bottom of the hour break. We'll come back. We'll get just a bit outside, and then we'll hash it out. Who are the 12 best teams in college football when we don't have to play by the rules of conference champions get an automatic bid?
It's fair. We need Boise State and a team from the Big 12 and an ACC team so we all feel good around the holidays.
You're in the Sportsocracy, and this is ESPN Asheville.
This is your Exergen Temporal Scanner weather forecast on ESPN Asheville.
Clouds continue to increase out here this afternoon ahead of our next frontal system. Upper 50s here this afternoon. Scattered showers, even rumbles of thunder tonight. Middle to upper 40s. Scattered showers, rumbles of thunder Thursday for Thanksgiving Day, especially through the morning. It'll be breezy to windy with highs close to 60. Sunny, windy, colder for us on Friday, low to mid 40s. Sunshine, cold, near 40 Saturday, Sunday. I'm meteorologist Ken Boone at the Weather Channel.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Black Friday is back at Lowe's with up to 50% off select major appliances, plus an extra 10% off on select major appliances like Whirlpool. Valid 11/6 through 12/4. Selection varies by location. See Lowes.com for details.
In this week's Marketers Report, we hear about the importance of local radio from Allison Griffin, head of marketing at State Farm.
iHeart has such a broad broadcast reach that is local, and for us to be able to touch customers with a local feel but at a national scale is so efficient and important for us.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, trusted influencers, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
The PayPal app has amazingly low prices for holiday shopping. Get cashback offers in the app, and when you use the PayPal debit card, PayPal stacks 5% more in the monthly category of your choosing on up to $1,000 in purchases. Don't just pay, PayPal.
Harbor Freight knows tool people like to keep busy. But with our Black Friday sale coming up Thanksgiving weekend, you'll want to free up some time. We're talking deals like our 5,000-watt generators under $800, 17-foot ladders for $99.99, and 40% off Icon Pro socket sets. Whatever you do, do it for less at Harbor Freight. Valid until 12/2/24 while supplies last. Limitations apply.
Guess what? Discover's accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. You heard right, 99%. If you don't think so, maybe it's time to face facts. You're stuck in the past. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report, learn more at discover.com/creditcard.
Showtime Sports and Mountain Graphics have teamed up under new ownership by an Asheville native to better serve our community with the finest custom apparel and unique branded items at the best price. Showtime Sports and Mountain Graphics can customize whatever you, your team, business, or local group may need through high-quality screen printing, embroidery, and laser engraving right here in Asheville. Free personal delivery within Buncombe County and a reduced delivery fee anywhere in Western North Carolina. Visit ShowtimeSportsAVL.com and MountainGraphicsAVL.com. Your one-stop custom apparel shops.
It's time to kick off the perfect tailgate and take your team to Ingles. Chips and guac made fresh in store every day. The best meat in town packaged fresh every day. And smiling faces giving you their best every day. Let's be real. In the South, football season is our favorite season of the year. There's a lot to smile about, especially with deals like these. Ingles. Low prices, love the savings.
Do better, be better every day. That's the Parks Promise. Our mission, to improve lives with every interaction. This is JW, General Manager at Parks Ford Hendersonville. Experience the Parks Promise today at parksfordhendersonville.com. That's parksfordhendersonville.com.
Boy, you must be outside your mind.
The Sportsocracy.
Just a bit outside. He tried the corner and missed.
It is ESPN Asheville, and he keeps playing with your emotions, Jeremy. Rex Ryan, he really wants to be the head coach of the Jets again.
I'm fine with that.
I didn't realize like how important, I guess, this was to Rex.
Well, Rex is a lifelong Jet fan.
Which
his dad worked for the Jets when he was a kid.
Right. And so he was on Greeny on Monday again talking about he would like to take another shot at winning a Super Bowl. And if he were going to come back to coach any team in the NFL, that he would want it to be the New York Jets. He says, I bleed green and white. And then he told the story about his dad winning the Super Bowl with
He was
the
on the
Jets.
Super Bowl III stuff.
Yeah, in 1969, they won Super Bowl III. He also won, famously, a Super Bowl as a coach with the Chicago Bears in 1985. It told the story that he only ever wore one of his Super Bowl rings, and it was always the Jets ring. And he said, so obviously the Jets have a very special place in my heart, and if I were going to get one more shot, then I would want to take a shot. So I have to ask the question: are you really cool with that? You've kept saying it like flippantly. Oh, I'd be fine with that. Is this a real possibility?
Well, I mean, you have to ask yourself a lot of questions when it comes to the Jets job. Who's actually going to want it? I mean, because every single day bad things are coming out. That Joe Douglas was relieved to not be there anymore. Robert Saleh was relieved to not be there anymore. None of this really puts you in the best light. So you're asking me, would I be okay if Rex Ryan was the selection?
Right, legitimately.
Yes. As a 30-plus year Jet fan, yes, I would be fine if it was Rex Ryan.
Okay. All right. You don't feel like
I know what Rex is. Now, do I think it would go particularly well? No, not really. I think the defense would be really good.
Right.
And, in all the years that I have been a fan of this team, the most fun I ever had was when Rex was the coach.
Mm-hmm.
And
well, yeah, I mean, you were
it's
going
really not all that. It was the Rex years and the Bill Parcells years.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, it's been like playing Rochambeau with myself. Like a training match where I'm just hitting myself in the ding-ding with a hammer.
Now, should we ever have somebody within the organization open up and say that they're interested in getting Rex back, maybe that will definitely kick things up a notch.
Oh, there's no doubt he'll interview for this job.
But
I'll bet you anything you want.
Really?
Him and Woody had a good relationship. He really wants the job. That's why he's actively campaigning for it. You wouldn't be doing this if you didn't think you could get something from it.
Right.
And, I've gone through all the candidates. I'd rather have an offensive guy. But if you're telling me I have a guy that can keep the defense as good as it currently is, and before this last Jeff Ulbrich, whatever.
Right. Whatever they've been doing for the last 10
If you
games.
can get me back to where it was during the solid days and hopefully have some kind of competent offense, it's at least fun.
Mm-hmm.
It would be at least fun for me to watch. This is god-awful.
Yeah.
This is like watching somebody smack my kid every single Sunday. And I can't do anything about it.
Yeah. The guy comes out and says it once. It's a joke that we can all kind of laugh off and go, ha-ha, isn't that funny? He does it 2, 3, 4 times. He's done this on multiple shows.
Well, he's been doing it every day.
So it appears that he is really, really interested in the job, and that, to me, that becomes more of an interesting prospect for the Jets.
My question would be to anybody that didn't think this was a real possibility, who this realistic would you rather have? Or would you rather have Brian Flores? Because I wouldn't. Would you rather have Cliff Kingsbury? Because I wouldn't.
You don't normally see teams go back to their old coach.
You've done it a few times.
It's happened. I'm not saying it. Yeah, I'm not saying it doesn't happen. You don't normally see that. Maybe Rex is. Maybe Rex is the one to break the curse, right? His dad was a part of the championship team. Maybe he's the one that can break it.
The Broncos hired their old coach to be their defensive coordinator. So stranger things have happened.
That is true.
Much like the landing spot for one Nathaniel Jones, we now know where he will be playing his football for the rest of this season, and it is with the Minnesota Vikings. He is signing a 1-year deal after clearing waivers, which was surprising to no one. He will sign to be the backup to Sam Darnold. And I ask, this question. Do you think that matters in any way?
Well, it doesn't matter until it does. Right? Hopefully you're never going to need him. But if you do need him, I mean, I'd rather in a few weeks, whenever he gets warmed up to the playbook, I would much rather have Daniel Jones than Nick Mullins.
Oh, no doubt.
So it could matter. Hopefully it won't matter.
Did you see who the other really interested contending team was?
Was it Buffalo?
Baltimore. That surprised me a little bit.
Okay. I mean, he's mobile-ish. So,
he's a mobile guy.
You know.
I mean, I got it from that perspective. I was just shocked that there was as much interest in him as there was.
Mm-hmm.
Which is funny because I had said I thought that was how it was going to go. And then I guess it got to a point of, oh, wow, we've got a bunch of non-contending teams that almost feel like they're wanting to bring him in here for a tryout to be their starter next year.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't see that coming necessarily.
Oh, I figured that would be that would be on the minds of some teams. The Las Vegas Raiders I never could get away from.
They were interested.
That seems like I need a quarterback immediately. So we can get him warmed up, give him the tryout, see if he's the one that we can, kick the can down the road with again.
Bobby Barnett, who is
our next Jimmy Garoppolo.
He is one of our resident Minnesota Vikings fans. He said, tell me how to feel. Well, it depends on why they're going through this mindset. If it's what I think, which is, well, this is a better alternative than Nick Mullins.
Mm-hmm.
Sam he's gone down for a play or two 4 or 5 times. And if you're worried that could be a thing, bringing in an insurance policy is fine.
Mm-hmm.
If you told me Minnesota had Daniel Jones, Sam Darnold got abducted by space aliens or something, and Daniel Jones had to play every game for the rest of the year, I would say that team would still make the playoffs.
Probably so. I mean, they're 9-2 now? Something like that? That felt right in my soul. Maybe 8-2.
They are 9-2.
Yeah, 9-2.
That sounded weird when you said it for some reason. I mean, you've got your 4 games clear of the teams that are out.
Absolutely. So all I need you to do is just to come in here and not be Daniel Jones.
I need you to
need you to be more Sam Darnold from the Jets.
I need you to do exactly what a table would do. Hold the ball and let Aaron Jones take it from you. And every once in a while, I need the table to grow an arm and throw a swing pass to Justin Jefferson.
Yes.
That's really it. I mean, I'm fine with it. I'm a little shocked that's where he wanted to go. Because if I'm going to a contender, would you not have wanted to go to Baltimore instead?
Maybe not.
If it's I'm chasing a ring.
Maybe he feels like he might have a chance to take that job.
Well, then that means he smokes crimes.
Probably
and he needs
so.
to talk to somebody immediately.
He has way more chance of taking that job than he does Lamar's job. If he came in and Sam got hurt, God forbid, and the last 3 or 4 games of the season went super well, I'm not saying that they would. We're talking pie in the sky stuff here.
Okay,
but he'd have a way better shot of unseating Sam Darnold than he would Lamar Jackson.
That would be like you saying you have a better chance of taking a lollipop away from me than you do away from Ray Lewis. It's still 0 on both sides.
Uh-huh.
It's just 0.0001 with me. And it's so many zeros that it would reach out to the parking lot with Ray Lewis.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong at all.
I know I'm not. That part is confusing to me. Did they actually make him think that there was a possibility that because there's no reason that you should.
No, probably not.
That's the only thing that would worry me if I was a Vikings fan is, okay, let's not put. Kevin O'Connell talked about this in his press conference yesterday. I feel like we're doing a lot of talking about a backup quarterback here, which we shouldn't be doing. It's still Sammy D, MVP.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still giving him a long-term deal this offseason. That's my franchise quarterback.
And
if I'm Minnesota.
And I don't think that plan changes at all.
I don't either.
This is complete insurance policy. This is Daniel Jones maybe finding a place where he can, I want to say showcase his skills, but he doesn't have many of those. But maybe this is.
If he got into a game, I could easily see him doing the Scott Mitchell thing. We're in a very short sample size. We see him with a competent offense, and a team could be coerced into giving him $20 million.
And who do I have a better shot at making me look good? Is it going to be Zay Flowers and that crew, or is it going to be Justin Jefferson and T.J. Hawkinson?
Baltimore.
Really?
I would have absolutely been Baltimore because I've got a running game that's going to keep that safety up in the box, which is something he has struggled with his whole career. That safety drops back, Daniel Jones' completion percentage goes in the tank.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was
but there
interesting.
again, would they ever let you throw?
Oh, for sure.
If that were to happen,
that's why you bring in a guy like this, because you don't want to do the Nick Mullins thing where just hand it off, run, punt, no pass.
Right. More passing opportunities with the Vikings, though, I would feel, for him.
I guess. We have a couple super chats in our YouTube chat on this pre-Thanksgiving Eve. Red Sea, he's thankful for Arizona actually having hope, thanks to Monty Ossenfort and Florida somehow being watchable for some weeks. He's also thankful for us.
Yeah, well, thank you. We're thankful for you.
For you.
Yeah. It's a very nice sentiment.
I will say Red Sea's had a good few weeks. His Florida Gators aren't terrible.
No doubt. Florida
Arizona looks good.
Yeah. Florida getting, at least bouncing back and showing you something here at the end of the season. It's not going to translate to much, but hey, you make a bowl game, right?
Yeah.
They beat
They're already in a bowl game.
Oh, are they? Mm-hmm. Was that last week? They qualified for a bowl game? Mm-hmm. And now you just get to go just mush the face of your bitter rival.
24.5-point favorite. Take Florida.
Yeah, I was going to say.
And one more.
Oh, one more.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
It's from Sir Jimothy, who said, daily draft idea, all-time favorite players to watch for entertainment.
Ooh.
Like Jameis Winston for his pre- and post-game interviews, Ocho Cinco for celebrations, etc.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one. We'll have to put that in the...
It's not a bad idea.
We'll have to put that in the hopper. Well, because obviously we got to do stock up, stock down today.
Right.
Where are we going today? I hate these weeks where days get moved. I'm a creature of habit.
All right. So before the last break, we were talking about the 12 best teams in college football. The college football playoff is not necessarily going to give us the 12 best teams because we have to let in the conference champions. I didn't really ever see.
You gotta be fair.
I don't know about everybody else, but I didn't really foresee this coming. I thought for sure you were going to have, if you had a champion from any of these conferences, the Big 12, the ACC, SEC, Big 10, they were going to be ranked at the top.
What part of this did you not see?
The Big 12 having no teams that were ranked highly.
Who did you think was going to be the highly ranked team?
I figured there would be one because we usually have one team that will stand out in a conference. Will be that one lost team.
Okay, and I'll ask the same thing about the ACC. Who did you think that team was going to be? We talked about this all off season long. Big 12 is awful. That is a mishmash of crap. And the ACC, I thought Florida State was going to walk to the ACC.
Mm-hmm.
Little did I know that they touched the Space Jam ball, and now they're all BA-double-D bad. I'm not surprised. I'm surprised it's SMU, I guess, to a point.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not surprised that conference is awful. I'm not. Here's what I was afraid of, and I'm pretty confident I said this at least once or twice. My fear was we're going to have the 9 of the top 10 teams in the country are going to be from 2 conferences.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's no possibility of you getting them all in. This is why I don't want conference tie-ins. Nobody has ever been able to, in a concise way, explain to me, why do we need to do this? Well, they have to. Who gives a damn what they think? Who cares? That would be like Tank and I running our business entity and our the guy who sweeps our floors saying, I think you should do this. I don't care what you think. You have no skin in this game. I don't care. You're a nice enough guy, but you have absolutely no relevance to what you're talking about.
But you need the votes, don't you? to get stuff passed, right? This is politicking. This is every conference gets a bid.
But this is
thing.
not really politicking because, okay, so what are you going to do? If I tell you this is the way it is, what are you going to do? You going to fight me? Because you will lose. Oh, I don't have your vote. Okay, then we'll disband this nonsense and break away. If I was the Big Ten and the SEC, I would be so angry that we're getting ready to have a Boise State in this thing that I wouldn't be able to see straight. That's a $20+ million share to the conference that I lose because you wanted to be fair. And all right, we had to see it once. All right, we got everybody at the table this way. Universally, I think we can look at this and go, I don't need this. The Big 12 doesn't deserve a team in this. Get out of here. Arizona State doesn't deserve to be in the playoff. They're fine. They're not a playoff team. If they played Alabama right now, who I have literally less than zero faith in, Alabama would mush your face by 21.5 points. Jalen Milroe would run for 240 yards against you. You know it as well as I do. Boise State, same thing. We're going to get to see. Be careful what you wish for. You might just get it.
I was going to say the bad thing is we're going to end up having to watch that in a quarterfinal matchup rather than just a first round.
And it's going to go exactly how you think it will go. The rating will be in the tank by comparison because you'll have Ohio State and Oregon and Texas and Georgia and Boise State. Woo. Which is in a town that's a little bit bigger than Asheville. Woo. I don't need that. I don't want that. I don't care about that. I've never understood people that do. But that one time they beat Oklahoma in the Fiesta Bowl, an Oklahoma team that wanted to be in the national title game, that had no interest in playing you and did not care.
Yep. But
you're about to find out what happens when you play a team that cares as much as you do. And you're going to figure out that you're 6'7" tight end from Bismarck, North Dakota, looks like me next to elite NFL talent.
Number 1 team in the country is Oregon.
No doubt.
Number 2 team in the country, Ohio State, right? Who's your 2 if it's not Ohio State?
I don't want it to be Ohio State, but beating Indiana and Penn State the way you did, I can't have anybody else there.
Texas is 3.
I almost want to have Penn State 3.
Really?
Not because I think they're the third best team, but because you have the third best resume. You lost one very close game to Ohio State. Texas got their face mushed by Georgia.
Yep.
They played a tougher schedule, and if they played head-to-head, I would take Texas. But if we're going on resume here, which is to hold up
what
my
we're
point,
supposed
we
to do.
have to.
Yeah. Right, exactly. 5 is Notre Dame.
I don't have Notre Dame in the top 10.
Really?
You lost to Northern Illinois. I don't want to hear your excuse. For me, that's 3 losses. That in and of itself should be enough for me to go out. Who has Notre Dame beaten? They play USC this weekend.
Oh, they beat Navy.
Woo.
And they beat Army.
Woo.
They beat Louisville.
Woo.
And Texas A&M.
Woo. That's enough for you to get in. That's not enough for you to be the 5.
All right, who's your 5?
My 5's probably Georgia. My 6 would be Tennessee. Then you get into probably Miami. I mean, Miami hasn't beaten a soul.
And then Indiana?
Indiana has to be in. And to me, the fact they're at 10 is an absolute joke. You're a one-loss team from one of the 2 major conferences, and you're behind SMU. Stop. I get it. They're
Strength
not
of schedule. That's the thing that kills them.
Okay, you're telling me right now, honestly, SMU holds up strength of schedule against Indiana. Don't make me laugh. Their non-conference games were against Houston, who honestly, in an inter-squad game, would find a way to lose to themselves. That's nonsensical. Indiana should be at 7, probably at worst. Okay. Your only loss is to the number 2 team in the country. Get out of here with that 10 crap. And you had Clemson 2 spots behind them. I saw that this morning. I was so angry I couldn't see straight.
All right, and then Alabama.
Mine in order would go Oregon, Ohio State, Penn State, Texas. Georgia at 5, Tennessee at 6, Miami at 7, Indiana at 8, Notre Dame at 9. I'll go Boise State at 10 because the same premise of Indiana. You have one loss, and it was to Oregon. Then my last two, I'll go SMU at 11. I'll go Ole Miss at 12. I think Ole Miss is better than Alabama.
Okay. All right. Ole Miss is the final
I get it.
team
You've
in.
lost 3 bad games where immaturity beat you because you thought you would show up and beat teams. I would still take Ole Miss in a playoff game against Alabama. I'd take them over Clemson. I'd take them over Clemson by 20.5.
I'd have to take Ole Miss, obviously, because they have the win over Georgia. And the other team that I want to squeeze in here is South Carolina, and I can't have them over Ole Miss because Ole Miss beat them.
Yes.
So
South Carolina would be just on the – South Carolina and Alabama, to me, I would probably have South Carolina 13, Alabama 14. Then we get into the Iowa States and the I don't even kind of care.
Yep.
I hope we don't have to talk about you in any way. Please, God, enough of you win games that we don't have to get that far.
You're in the Sportsocracy, and this is ESPN Asheville. We'll start to preview Week 13 in the NFL after the break.
Friday is coming, and for the adults in your life who love the coolest toys, well, there's something for them this year, too. Bartesian is the premier craft cocktail maker that automatically makes more than 60 seasonal and classic cocktails, each in under 30 seconds at the push of a button. And right now, Bartesian is having a huge site-wide sale where you can save $100 on your purchase. So, if the cocktail lover in your life has been good this year, or the right kind of bad, get them Bartesian. At the push of a button, make bar-quality cosmopolitans, martinis, Manhattans, and more. All in just 30 seconds. All for $100 off. Amazing toys aren't just for kids. Now is the best time to get a Bartesian cocktail maker. Save $100 by visiting bartesian.com/cocktail. That's BARTESIAN.com/cocktail.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
The Ingalls Giving Tree, benefiting Manna Food Bank, will be on display at the Asheville Mall as a reminder of the needs of so many families in western North Carolina. Drop off non-perishable items in the donation barrels at all Ingalls locations, donate online or at the Ingalls Giving Tree at Asheville Mall so Manna Food Bank can reach everyone who needs help. Nothing can hold back the holiday spirit of giving in western North Carolina. Please help Ingalls Market, iHeartRadio Asheville, WLOS, and the Asheville Citizen-Times ensure Manna Food Bank can fill thousands of empty plates this holiday season.
Experience sensational sound with Vizio's Soundbar Collection. Starting at just $99, there's a soundbar for every budget. With Dolby Atmos in every model, cinema quality sound is closer than ever. This collection features Vizio's simplest setup yet, so you'll be streaming your favorite iHeartRadio playlists in no time. Whether you're looking for a simple setup or the cutting-edge Elevate SE with 360-degree sound immersion and auto-rotating speakers, Vizio has you covered. Head to Best Buy or Amazon to find the perfect Vizio soundbar for you.
This is J.W. Whitley, General Manager at Parks Ford of Hendersonville. Our purpose, to improve lives with every interaction. Nominate your Parks Community Hero today at parkscommunityheroes.com. Like Trent and Doug, whose first instinct was to fill their trucks with supplies and drive to the hardest hit areas in those first hours. Like Eric, who hosted the football team to support their neighbors and begin the cleanup efforts. Nominate your Parks Community Hero today at parkscommunityheroes.com. That's parkscommunityheroes.com. Experience the Parks Promise today at parksfordhendersonville.com.
If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate in the mountains, you need to call the agents at Clarissa Sells WNC, brokered by eXp Realty. Check us out online at clarissasellswnc.com. Download our free app on Google Play or the App Store. Type in Asheville Home Search. You'll be able to connect with our team and see all the available homes for sale in our area. For more information, contact us today at 828-774-6343 or clarissasellswnc@gmail.com.
This is your Exergen Temporal Scanner weather forecast on ESPN Asheville.
Clouds continue to increase out here this afternoon ahead of our next frontal system. Upper 50s here this afternoon. Scattered showers, even rumbles of thunder tonight. Middle to upper 40s. Scattered showers, rumbles of thunder Thursday for Thanksgiving Day, especially through the morning. It'll be breezy to windy with highs close to 60. Sunny, windy, colder for us on Friday, low to mid 40s. Sunshine, cold, near 40 Saturday, Sunday. I'm meteorologist Ken Boone at the Weather Channel.
This report is sponsored by First Restoration Services.
Disasters at home from floods, fires, or storm is a homeowner's worst nightmare. It pays to have a professional on your side, and that's exactly what you get with First Restoration Services. They've built their business off trust, integrity, speed, and quality. Learn more online at frs247.com.
FEMA funding is available to support repairs on private roads and bridges, even if your primary home is not damaged. Volunteer organizations may also be able to help. For more information or to schedule an inspection, call 1-800-621-FEMA. That's 1-800-621-3362. Again, FEMA funding is available to support repairs on private roads and bridges, even if your primary home is not damaged. Call 1-800-621-3362.
When you're ready to go back in the day, y'all gonna make me lose my mind. Check out the all-new Throwbacks 101.1.
This is how we do it. Allow me to introduce myself.
Asheville's classic hip-hop and R&B. Come on.
Using a Clorox disinfecting wipe on your coffee table this cold and flu season feels like... It feels like being bold enough to laugh your weird laugh in front of everyone.
That was a good one.
With Clorox, clean feels confident. Clean feels good. Use as directed on hard, non-porous surfaces.
From the Ingalls Studios, this is ESPN Asheville, WPEK, W225CJ Fairview, WMXF Waynesville, and iHeart radio station.
Live from the Ingalls Studio.
I can't wait to play with myself every day.
The Sportsocracy.
Damn the devil to hell! Let the big dog eat! Let him on the field!
Come get you some of this.
Fire them cannons! By golly, put more powder in those things.
He couldn't take any more disappointment.
Oh, my God. The Jets killed him.
It is ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, 1400. The Sportsocracy is heard everywhere you go on the iHeartRadio app. We're seen everywhere on YouTube. Just go to thesportsocracy.com, click the live video link, subscribe to the channel, and join us in the chat, our final program of the week, as we hope everybody gets to take some nice little respite. Word of the month.
It's your word of every day.
This weekend with the Thanksgiving holiday, if you have to work like Matthew Hoffman, we feel for you, man. T's and P's.
I mean, frankly, I'm shocked we showed up today.
Yeah.
I
am
kept
too.
waiting for Tank to go, I mean, we don't have to, right?
It got to be about 10:15 here at the studio, and I was like, I haven't seen Jeremy yet.
He's not
so...
here yet, and that's starting to give me the angina.
But then when I told him I was going to go get some Taco Bell, he was like, oh, I'll be there in a minute.
I was already
halfway.
here. I was just stuck on the Jeff Bowen Bridge, which is apparently 30 minutes of my everyday now.
It's the key to Jeremy's heart is a Mexican pizza. You just want him to get him to do anything. Just offer him Mexican pizza, and he'll be fine.
Amy figured that out 6 years ago. She's actually kind of shocked it took you this long to figure that out. Like, are you sure he's smart?
We welcome everybody into a...
whatever you want to call it. Pre-Thanksgiving football Wednesday.
There you go.
It's too many syllables.
It's a Thanksgiving.
This is a perfectly scripted shtick. No, this is not a spectacular.
It can't be a spectacular.
This is not. No.
Okay.
This is a football Friday. We do it every Friday.
It is. It is Football Wednesday here in the Sportsocracy, and tomorrow we've got a trio of games. So let's start the pick'em.
Before we do that, we
Okay.
got a couple super chats.
Okay. Let me just give me 1 second.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
All right, I'm going to read Matthew Hoffman's first because I don't know what that abbreviation that Sir Jimothy said was. So Matthew Hoffman said he's thankful for DraftKings allowing him to be a full degenerate.
Bingo.
We agree with you wholeheartedly.
Absolutely.
And we do the same. A lot.
Yes. I had another 5-legger last week.
What has the world come to? That Tank Spencer's winning money gambling football, and I'm losing aggressively.
I had a 5-legger on the Kansas City Chiefs and the Carolina Panthers. I had like the over on all the Panthers, and it hit.
Well, it wasn't hard to do if they put their pants on the right direction. That hit.
Yeah. It's quite nice.
And one more from Sir Jimothy.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
He said something to Tennessee fans about chomping. It's a Gator thing. I don't know what that means. I have that looks like an entity that would be letting the public down right now because they're federal government funded.
That's definitely expletives in
For
there.
sure. But he also said, as a Dallas Cowboy fan, I was hoping to see Mike McCarthy ringing a bell outside of an abandoned Roses or Kmart by Thanksgiving. But here we are.
Yeah.
Frankly, we expected that too. Don't really know why we're not seeing that, but we're not.
The UT fans chomping, I guess that was he didn't like that. Was that, or are you happy about that? Not really sure what that abbreviation is. In fact, the abbreviation that I have in my head that I can't say on the radio right now, the way that's worded, that doesn't make any sense. So I'm not sure if you're happy about that or ticked off about that.
Oh, he was going for the laughing out loud.
That
was
okay. All right. See, that makes more sense. Okay.
He said LMMFA, which sounds like something that future milk farmers of America.
Yes, because licking your whatever that worked out to be, that was not the right
The
answer.
legion of multifaceted milk farmers of America.
You put an extra F in there, but I give you credit. That was pretty good. I like that. All right, let's get into the Thursday games. Special Thanksgiving Day. Detroit Lions football for the second year in a row. You know, worth at least a little bit of your time on Thanksgiving.
It's somewhat halfway entertaining.
Well, I mean, I guess it could be. I don't expect Chicago to really show much in this game.
I don't either.
I feel like this is a Detroit hammer spot, and I don't care about the 9.5. I would have taken it at 14.5 because I don't think this game is going to be close at all. Now, it could surprise me. If memory serves me correctly, last Thanksgiving's games were phenomenal. I'm thinking back to was it Green Bay that came back from 21 points down, or was it Green Bay blowing the 21-point lead last Thanksgiving?
To be honest,
I
with
just
you,
remember that game was
remember
insane because I gave up on it and I walked away, and then I come back in the third quarter, and lo and behold, here we are. It's a ball game again. But I don't foresee that happening here.
So you're taking the Detroit Lions?
100%. Detroit Lions minus 9.5. Let's go Sonic and Knuckles.
I am also taking the Detroit Lions. I don't think this game will be close for long at all. And I do find it funny that it used to be a Thanksgiving Day tradition that we would watch the Lions get beat early, and then you would proceed into a Dallas Cowboy game that would be more entertaining because they were good, and we didn't have the late game. And now we've flipped. The Dallas Cowboys are terrible. The Lions probably just going to smoke whoever they play. And I find a great dichotomy in that. I find really amusing.
I'm thinking about the under 48. In my head, I have like a 30-12 ball game. And I may be giving Chicago too much credit. Maybe you need to move one of those scores back over to the Detroit side, and it's more of a 37-6 kind of a thing.
I cannot go with you on that one.
Okay. Jeremy's on the over 48.
I will be on the over, yes.
Okay. All right. I mean,
that's really more of a just complete blind non-belief in the Chicago Bears' ability to win this game, but I think they can make it competitive.
Do we have a shadow job going on here with Jalen Johnson and Amon-Ra St. Brown?
Oh, no. He doesn't play on a slot.
He's going to be on the outside.
Yeah, he doesn't play
on Jamison Williams. So who's going to stop Amon-Ra St. Brown? Nobody. I don't know what little sign he just made into the camera.
A little kid that was supposed to dab, and he just looked at the camera and went.
And made the L sign with his arms. Okay. All right. Nobody, baby. The 4:30 game on Thursday, the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Football Giants.
I will pick this one first.
Okay.
So there's no Tommy Cutlets. We got a Drew Lock, I believe, only. I think Wan'Dale Robinson's going to end up being the backup quarterback.
Wow.
I'm taking the New York Giants.
Are you really?
I am.
Okay.
I am. With Drew Lock, I will take the Giants. I'm catching 3.5, which feels dumb. And I feel like that number is going to get higher because people are going to get delusional based on what they saw last week, and they're forgetting the Cowboys' offensive line is not good.
Mm-hmm.
And the one thing the Giants can do consistently is get to quarterbacks. I love this pick so much.
Can they stop them running the ball?
Well, I mean, it's a combination of Tyrone Tracy and Rico Dowdle, so I'm not really worried about running the ball.
You don't think much damage is going to be done on the ground?
Not really.
In this game?
If
Okay.
it is, it's done by Tracy, and that steers into my point. So.
Mm-hmm. Drew Lock. And who's playing quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys?
Mean guy.
Cooper Rush. Give me Cooper Rush. I'll take the Dallas Cowboys minus the 3.5.
Really?
I hate myself for it.
Really?
Yeah. That's how little I believe in the Giants.
I thought at the very least, just my very compelling argument that I just made would be enough for you to go, no, I am not doing that.
I'm over the 37.5.
Ooh. I had not thought about the over-under.
It's a low number, as it should be. But does this end up being
too low?
I feel like it's too low. Because this feels like 23-20. 24-20. So I can cover the spread.
I'm going under, but not aggressively.
Uh-huh.
That feels like it's daring you, and this game winds up being 21-17.
Just enough.
Just enough to cover the over.
Mm-hmm. So you're on the over.
I'm on the under.
You're on the under. Okay.
But not
aggressively.
No. I will stay away from that as much as humanly possible.
That's one of those think about it but don't wagers.
Look at it and then be mad when, oh, I was right. Yeah, but you also aren't poor now. So.
Fair.
Because that easily could break the other way, and it wouldn't shock me in the least.
Right. I mean, at this point, you're just playing. These two teams are playing for bragging rights, essentially. There's nothing that either of these teams are playing for.
I'm going to say this as clearly as I can. Neither one of these teams should be bragging about anything.
But we may get it. We may get at least Jerry Jones bragging about beating the New York Giants and how, hey, we're going to turn this thing around.
Still got a chance at the playoffs. Stranger Things have – no, they haven't.
No, they haven't.
The show Stranger Things would not be stranger than you making the playoffs.
Because that's a pretty weird show.
Never seen it, wouldn't I?
You're in the Sportsocracy, and this is ESPN Asheville. Miami Dolphins and the Green Bay Packers. We'll break down that game coming up next.
Help after the recent disaster and want to know the status of your application or how to appeal an eligibility decision?
FEMA may need more information to help you. Call 800-621-3362 or go online to disasterassistance.gov.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Febreze. As a rideshare driver, I love keeping my car smelling fresh and clean. So when I'm driving, I only trust Febreze car vent clips, featuring 3 distinct intensity settings, because it's that little touch that sets me apart. I can turn the intensity down for subtle freshness, or I can turn it up for when I want lots of scent. So whether it's set to low, medium, or high, with Febreze car, I know my car's going to smell amazing. Which keeps my driver rating right where it belongs. Picking up Oscar!
Old Spice Swagger Holiday Pack, perfect for a gift to treat yourself. 24/7 holiday freshness with daily use can smell your bestest. I'm gonna be smelling great all season. Old Spice scents just can't be beaten. Chock full of value, saving that green. Got the essentials needed to feel clean. Deodorant, hair, body wash, and spray. Celebrate your holiday the Old Spice way. Ho 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 ho.
At Ingles, whether we're celebrating Friday night rivals, televising college basketball games, bringing the Fan Fest to semi-pro soccer, or taking you out to the ball game at your minor league park, it's all in the bag. Ingles, low prices, love the savings.
Showtime Sports and Mountain Graphics have teamed up under new ownership by an Asheville native to better serve our community with the finest custom apparel and unique branded items at the best price. Showtime Sports and Mountain Graphics can customize whatever you, your team, business, or local group may need through high-quality screen printing, embroidery, and laser engraving right here in Asheville. Free personal delivery within Buncombe County and a reduced delivery fee anywhere in western North Carolina. Visit ShowtimeSportsAVL.com and MountainGraphicsAVL.com. Your one-stop custom apparel shops.
This is J.W. Whitley, General Manager at Parks Ford of Hendersonville. Our purpose, to improve lives with every interaction. Nominate your Parks Community Hero today at parkscommunityheroes.com. Like Trent and Doug, whose first instinct was to fill their trucks with supplies and drive to the hardest hit areas in those first hours. Like Eric, who hosted the football team to support their neighbors and begin the cleanup efforts. Nominate your Parks Community Hero today at parkscommunityheroes.com. That's parkscommunityheroes.com. Experience the Parks Promise today at parksfordhendersonville.com.
If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate in the mountains, you need to call the agents at Clarissa Sells WNC, brokered by eXp Realty. Check us out online at clarissasellswnc.com. Download our free app on Google Play or the App Store. Type in Asheville Home Search. You'll be able to connect with our team and see all the available homes for sale in our area. For more information, contact us today at 828-774-6343 or clarissasellswnc@gmail.com.
The Sportsocracy.
Why are you smiling? Because I love football.
Back in the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville, Week 13 in the NFL. This is, if you're just joining us, a special Football Wednesday on this shortened holiday week. The last game on tomorrow night. I keep acting like this is going to happen days from now. Like it's a Friday. It's not. It's tomorrow is our triple header game on Thanksgiving, or triple header set of games on Thanksgiving. The Thanksgiving night game. The Miami Dolphins and the Green Bay Packers at Lambeau Field. This is going to be your Peacock game, or on NBC. I guess it will be on terrestrial television.
Yeah, the one tomorrow is only on Prime Video.
Which one is that?
Raiders Chiefs. Or the one
the one on
Friday.
Black Friday. Yes, the one on Friday. We'll get to that one in just a second. But first, Miami, Green Bay in Lambeau. Green Bay is a 3-point favorite on the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now. Let me refresh and lock that in. Yes, 3 points on the DraftKings Sportsbook app.
Green Bay Packers. Green Bay Packers.
Didn't think about it for a second.
What's the temperature in this game?
What is it?
25.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm good. The last time I saw Tua
cow.
Tagovailoa play in a temperature of this level, I think his feet froze together. Nope, I'm out. Give me Green Bay. This line is so dumb to me that it is pathetic. I do not know what you're seeing with the Miami Dolphins, but more power to you. You enjoy every bit of that because I will not.
Well, I mean, I guess was there any thought to the fact that Miami tries to throw the ball? They throw the ball pretty well when the weather's not absolutely freezing cold. To Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. Waddle had a breakout game last week.
Against the Patriots, that's where you pick on them, is with your secondary receiver.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm good. I didn't think about this for 3 seconds.
Okay. Fair enough. I thought about it much longer than that, but it's because I was trying to figure out, is Jair Alexander playing in this game? Is he still hurt? How is this going to go down? It's Green Bay.
I don't care if Cedric the Entertainer is the one out there defending Tyreek Hill. I don't care.
I think that would matter.
Yeah, I don't care.
I feel like that would matter. Over under the 48. Under 48.
Too cold.
Okay.
Too cold. Didn't play.
I think I'm gonna be on the over on that one. And you're going under. But we're both on the Green Bay Packers. Minus the 3 against the Miami Dolphins tomorrow night.
The 3 Thanksgiving Day games I combined thought about for 14 seconds.
The Friday game. How long did you think about this one?
Way longer than the other 3 combined.
The Friday night game. This is the Prime Video Black Friday game. The Kansas City Chiefs hosting the Las Vegas Raiders. And the Chiefs are a 13-point favorite. And I can't not do it. They don't blow anybody out. But
the Raiders are terrible.
The Raiders that bad. I believe they are. And in their last 3 games, they've lost those pretty handily by double digits. Maybe Kansas City can finally cover one. What is their record against the spread this year? I feel like that has to be somewhere in the, I don't know, how many games have they played?
They're 4-6-1 against the spread.
That's better than I thought it was going to be. I was thinking it was going to be more like 2 or 3, maybe.
Well, and now you've also got to understand the lines of the last 2 Raider games have been, I will say, off-puttingly off.
What do you mean by that?
They were a 5.5-point dog at home against Denver. That's dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Like that didn't make any sense at the time. It doesn't make any sense now, and you got beat by 10, but you kept that game close.
Mm-hmm. Game before that, they lost by 15. Game before that, they lost by 17.
Mm-hmm.
Surely Kansas City can beat them by double digits, and give me a little extra cushion on that as well. Are you going Raiders?
I thought about this real hard. And I am taking the Las Vegas Raiders plus the 13.
I guess we should have seen that game.
I look, Kansas City with a spread that high, I'm not doing it. You've burned me enough times. Mm-hmm. I'm not doing this anymore. They don't cover big numbers like that. They should. From a sheer talent standpoint, this game should never be close.
But for some reason
it will be.
Yeah. For some reason it will be. Or they'll be up by 14.
And then you get the backdoor cover.
And then you get that backdoor cover right at the end. They let Dylan Lawby break off a 20-yard run for a touchdown with 7 seconds to go, and you're just sitting there kicking yourself. But how did I allow myself to do this once again? Over the 42.5 for me.
Over 42.5 for me as well.
All right.
Then we'll go to the closest game, Chargers-Falcons.
Chargers-Falcons, okay. We can do that.
Because this one, to me, this is the most interesting game of the day.
Well, I feel like it's the game.
I've said that a couple times. I don't think you agree with me because you've kind of looked at me funny.
Well, I mean, most interesting game of the day. I mean, the Eagles and the Ravens are going to play at 4. Maybe in the 1 o'clock slate, I could get down with it being the most telling game in this. I mean, if the Falcons come out and lose to the Chargers, are you going to feel like they can't win that division now?
It's not so much that. It's that there's two teams here at a crux that I think both of them really need this game. I'm catching two teams that are equally yoked.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see that very often. That's not – it's more common towards the end of the season. This is one of the first games of the season that I can say that about. And I'm really curious about both.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's so interesting to me. Because either one of these teams wins, and I think it could start a nice trajectory of where you're headed. I also feel like this is everything that could possibly be going the way of the Atlanta Falcons, all wrapped up in one.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you certainly can't afford to lose, right? You're in the thick of a division hunt if you're the Atlanta Falcons. But I have no faith that they'll be able to capitalize at home. Raheem Morris versus Jim Harbaugh. Which one of those are you taking? Justin Herbert is playing awesome football right now. They have a game plan that just works. I feel like there's more fire with that team. It's that intangible thing. I like the Chargers in this game.
I have bounced back and forth, I think, 11 times on where I was going to go with this.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's in the Chargers' favor. This is West Coast team coming east. 1 o'clock game. You run the ball well, they don't stop the run.
You mean in the Falcons' favor?
What did I say?
You said in the Chargers' favor.
Everything's going in the Falcons' favor.
Yeah.
Yes, sorry, I said that wrong. And yet still I come back to what I ask routinely. Who has the better coach? That's the Chargers.
Mm-hmm.
Who has the better quarterback? That's the Chargers. Who's at home? That's the Falcons. I'm taking the Chargers.
Okay. Chargers minus the 2.5 and over-under 48.5.
That to me is the easiest over of the day.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is probably I know the Chargers don't really play this way anymore. This feels like the shootout-y game of the day.
I would agree.
Like, this is the one, if I'm playing DFS or anything like that, I'm really leaning on this one.
Mm-hmm. Chargers.
Because, I mean, I only see one of the game on the schedule where I feel really good there's going to be a lot of points scored.
Mm-hmm. So this is the one to have.
It's one of the two I want, yes.
Are you going heavy on the running backs for Atlanta?
I love Bijan Robinson in this game. If Bijan Robinson does not have a good game in this game, they could get blown out. And if you get blown out coming off a bye at home, it's not going to be awesome for where your fan base goes.
No, 3 losses in a row. You drop down to 6-6 on the season. You're probably going to allow the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to cut into that lead, and then you'll be tied. And then where does it go? Los Angeles Chargers minus the 2.5. Both of us are on the over 48.5.
And I will admit I almost talked myself into taking the Falcons again as we were breaking that down. So that's a game I will tell you. You wager that bad boy at your own peril because I could be convinced either way.
All right, let's see. Can we get one more quick one in
let's
here?
Go Steelers-Bengals.
Steelers and the Bengals. Okay. Steelers and the Bengals, 3-point favorites are the Bengals at home.
I have a funny feeling you thought about this way more than I did.
I did. I landed on Pittsburgh plus the 3 on the road against Cincinnati. I didn't feel good about it, but I also don't feel good about Cincinnati right now.
Even coming off a bye.
I don't know that it matters. I think this is a game where obviously Pittsburgh's going to try to get real physical, and I don't see you stopping them from doing that.
So you're going Pittsburgh Steelers.
Bleeding the clock out and probably getting one good heave from Russ will be the difference maker.
I have a funny feeling. And you know I don't go down with the ship very often.
Mm-hmm.
My opinions on things turn kind of like a cruise ship.
Mm-hmm.
I've believed in the Bengals all year. I know they have issues, specifically defensively. Their biggest issues where they can't stop the pass. I'm not scared of the pass. I'm not scared of Russell Wilson coming into Cincinnati and beating me. I'm just not. I don't think this game's close.
Really?
I think this is the game where you see the two tides. It's like two ships passing in the night.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is where you start to see the good of the Cincinnati Bengals, and you start to see the bad of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Okay.
I don't buy this team. I haven't bought this team. I'm probably never going to buy this team.
Right.
Because it doesn't make any sense. I look top to bottom. You're not as good defensively as everybody thinks you are. Now you're coming up against a quarterback that if you can't get after him consistently, none of this is going to matter. I think T.J. Watt's fine in this game. I don't think he's going to be the havoc wreaker that he is on that highest of high sides, and I don't know how you're going to deal with Jamar Chase. I think this is where you see the big regression of Pittsburgh after that god-awful loss to the Browns.
Mm-hmm.
That can – a locker room that is not strong can lose a game like that and completely break apart. And I know that sounds crazy for me to say that about a Mike Tomlin-led team.
Right.
Look at the players. George Pickens,
Mm-hmm.
head case.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the strong leader in that locker room? Minka Fitzpatrick, head case.
I'd say probably TJ.
TJ and Najee Harris, the only two I've got.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's enough. Especially when you've got Russell Wilson and probably half that locker room's looking around going, are we sure he should be the starter? I think you're going to see a very ugly performance from Pittsburgh, and I think Cincinnati beats their brains out.
All right, so 2 losses in a row for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Cincinnati Bengals trying to make a little noise here. I guess still have an outside shot of getting one of those last playoff spots.
Oh, by the way, Jose Monclava has a really good point about the Chargers-Falcons game.
Hey, Jose! How you doing, man?
He has a really good point.
Jose's the guy that we met in Nashville when me and Mark went.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He's from Puerto Rico.
I heard a lot about you.
Yeah.
Just to be clear.
He's my Puerto Rican friend.
Justin Simmons, I think, has picked off Justin Herbert the last 43 times they played. So I'm almost regretting the fact I took the – can I go back and take the Falcons? I'm not going to do that because I lose every time I do it.
Right.
That's a really good point.
I'm on Pittsburgh plus the 3. And you're on the Cincinnati
I'm on
Bengals.
The Bengals. I think they win by a lot, and I'm going over the 40s. No, I'm not. I'm going under the 48.5.
Under?
That's too high for a Steeler game.
Okay. All right.
We have a super chat, by the way, on the way into the commercial break.
All right.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Sir Jimothy asked, huge watch party last week of the regular season. We will have one of those, and I will have details for that when we come back from the Thanksgiving break. We'll also be starting the morning after with Jeremy Green, the week after Thanksgiving.
Nice.
First one of those will be on Monday. I have to get up early, and I have to do that for a week. And then I have to go next door for a week, and then we're here for a week with nobody else in the building, and then we're gone for a week. And I'm not going to sleep. Sleep is going to be a thing of the past.
Things get crazy around the holiday season, and we hope everybody is able to have a happy and a prosperous Thanksgiving tomorrow. Prosperous, I guess. I mean, I don't know what you're prospering with.
I was about to say, what constitutes a prosperous Thanksgiving?
That's one of those. Shut up. We're going to break.
Nobody goes full Chris Farley like. That's
a prosperous.
Uncle Larry doesn't have his 7th.
I hope you all get pregnant with food babies. It's very prosperous.
Why do you say things in such a weird way?
You're in the Sportsocracy. This is ESPN Asheville.
This is your Exergen Temporal Scanner weather forecast on ESPN Asheville.
Clouds continue to increase out here this afternoon ahead of our next frontal system. Upper 50s here this afternoon. Scattered showers, even rumbles of thunder tonight. Middle to upper 40s. Scattered showers, rumbles of thunder Thursday for Thanksgiving Day, especially through the morning. It'll be breezy to windy with highs close to 60. Sunny, windy, colder for us on Friday, low to mid 40s. Sunshine, cold, near 40 Saturday, Sunday. I'm meteorologist Ken Boone at the Weather Channel.
This report is sponsored by Apple Tree Superstore.
Hurry in now to Apple Tree Superstore for deals on the full lineup of 2024 Hondas, including the CR-V, the HR-V, and Civic. Apple Tree Superstore is committed to offering you professional service and a great experience. Shop online at appletreesuperstore.com and in person, I-26 and Airport Road, Asheville.
Harbor Freight knows tool people like to keep busy. But with our Black Friday sale coming up Thanksgiving weekend, you'll want to free up some time. We're talking deals like our 5,000-watt generators under $800, 17-foot ladders for $99.99, and 40% off Icon Pro socket sets. Whatever you do, do it for less at Harbor Freight. Valid until 12/2/24 while supplies last. Limitations apply.
The PayPal app has amazingly low prices for holiday shopping. Get cashback offers in the app, and when you use the PayPal debit card, PayPal stacks 5% more in the monthly category of your choosing on up to $1,000 in purchases. Don't just pay, PayPal.
Allen's Jewelry and Pawn is the place to go for jewelry and presents for people you know. They have gaming systems, tools, and so much more. You'll find the perfect gifts in their amazing store. With 3 locations, they're always nearby to make your gift giving easy as pie. They have layaway and a new easy payment option. And with one visit, your wish list is done.
Don't have credit? No problem. Allen's has a free layaway program now through Christmas at Patton Avenue, Tunnel Road, and in Cherokee.
If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate in the mountains, you need to call the agents at Clarissa Sells WNC, brokered by eXp Realty. Check us out online at clarissasellswnc.com. And did I mention that Clarissa Sells WNC loves teachers? We love teachers so much, we're giving back 25% of our commission at closing. For more information, contact us today at 828-774-6343 or clarissasellswnc@gmail.com.
This is J.W. Whitley with Parks Ford of Hendersonville. I'm so excited to introduce you to this month's Parks Community Hero, Meals on Wheels. Meals on Wheels, with the help of numerous volunteers, delivers nutritious meals and friendly conversation to homebound seniors. Throughout their meal delivery program, you can help seniors keep their independence. To get involved, visit MOWABC.com. Thank you to Meals on Wheels and congratulations, our Parks Community Hero. Experience the Parks Promise today at parksfordhendersonville.com.
This is where it starts, where your story begins. This is the trail you blaze yourself. And step by step, you get stronger, faster, better. This is where it starts. How will you finish? Ingalls, we're with you every step of the way.
On the weird scale, there's Vegas, there's Florida, and there's Asheville. Let's get weird, Asheville.
It is ESPN Asheville, and Jeremy, you ever travel for the Thanksgiving holiday?
Nope.
I've never done that either. I've never lived in a place where I had to get on a plane to come home.
Well, now I've had to come back. I've never traveled elsewhere for Thanksgiving. I
Right.
had to come back here when I didn't live here.
But on Thanksgiving, you did the whole Thanksgiving rush travel thing.
No, I was a bad employee. I was the guy that was like, "Hey, Friday before Thanksgiving, later, losers. I'll see you in 11 days."
I'm just taking all week off.
And you can rest assured there's going to be a flight delay at some point that didn't really happen.
I see. Speaking of flight delays, my story is actually about a flight delay. Oddly enough, coming in from West Virginia. It was taken off from the Tri-State Airport in Wayne County, West Virginia, wherever the hell that is.
Let me just tell you, knowing as little about that as I do, that airplane was about as big as the room we're sitting in.
It was flying into Charlotte, North Carolina. It doesn't say it was flying into Charlotte Douglas. It might have been flying into Joe's landing strip, which is also
great OnlyFans
almost
page.
said dirty words there.
It's a great.
I'm already cashed out for the weekend. I'm just, woo, that got real close to an FCC violation, ladies and gentlemen.
Thankfully, I didn't hear it, so I was too busy getting ready to make my.
I was going to reference a certain kind of a bar. Just call it the bad part of it. Anyway.
I'm even more lost now than I was.
Club.
Oh.
Yeah. That was where my head was at the moment. Anyhow, so the plane coming from West Virginia to Charlotte, North Carolina got delayed yesterday morning after, there was a package, and apparently it was vibrating. And apparently it had an odd shape, and it...
I have a question. So you're telling me we had a vibrating package at Joe's landing strip? Are you sure you didn't get this off an OnlyFans page? Because it's sounding strange.
I did not. It caused the flight to be delayed. Everybody on the airplane, all 12 of them, had to get off of the airplane and stand on the sidewalk so that they could look through all of the bags. And it turns out that the suspicious package was actually just a snow globe. What? How did you confuse a snow globe with an explosive device? Or did you think that would be that'd be a great place to hide? An explosive device is inside of a snow globe? I mean, unless you really took like Mario to heart and you think all bombs are shaped like little balls.
This is the filthiest sounding story that is completely innocuous.
I tried not to say anything.
The story, I mean, for it to be completely innocuous, this story sounds absolutely filthy.
They found the snow globe, and apparently the snow globe had some kind of electronics and a timer on it, which the TSA says is why it raised suspicion as a possible explosive device.
So the
snow globe.
So the vibrating package at Joe's landing strip did not lead to somebody getting where they wanted to get to on time. Not been my history with that, but what do I know? My story is about astronauts. It's also about travel. It's also about travel delays.
Good for you.
I have not mentally checked out. Butch Wilmore and Sunita Williams.
Mm-hmm.
They were supposed to be up on the International Space Station for 8 days. Well, then things went sideways, and they're stuck up there. And a question that I asked was, okay, so you're supposed to be there for 8 days. How much food did you actually bring? Because now they're going to be stuck up there for 6 months because they somehow can't get to them. Space doesn't make a whole lot. Just leave it to call Elon Musk and be like, big dog.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Again. How about you get us a rocket up there, get them, come back.
You're right. I saw you bring one of those back to Earth and landed on some chopsticks.
Bingo. When they started, they had fruit, roasted chicken, even pizza.
Uh-huh.
Well, now they are not eating quite as well. They have powdered milk and freeze-dried soup.
That's all that's left?
That's all that's left, but there's a problem. How do I say this delicately? Where do you think the fluid supplies are? The waters and the things like that. You plan on going for 8 days. You're now at, I don't even know what day it is. It's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
They're out of water.
Mm-hmm.
How do you think they're making the powdered milk and the freeze-dried soups?
The same way Kevin Costner did in Waterworld.
Oh, I turned that movie off after 7 minutes, and it's still top 5 worst movies I've ever seen.
He just went in a filter and just came out with water.
Piddle soup.
Yeah,
we got piddle soup on the International Space Station.
That's right.
You know, when we were children, there were a lot of kids that I went to school with that wanted to grow up to be astronauts. I don't think you did. You know what in all my years of sports radio, you know what I've never consumed? Piddle soup. Not happened. Not nary once. I think I'll stick with my job.
Mm-hmm. I'm ugh. Oof. That was gross. See, that was the story that you shouldn't have told while people were eating. Red Sea said, some of us are trying to eat right now. Where's the story going? It wasn't my story that you had to worry about.
Oh, yeah. His story just led to me making double entendres for...
The Notorious B.I.G. says, in Wayne County, West Virginia airport sounds like a great place you can find some fun for $30.
If we had a pill bottle in here, I would tell you the meaning of that.
Just shake that sucker up.
You got one of those? You're the king. They might even call you the king.
Let's see.
In all the years I never took a flight out of the state of West Virginia because I was scared to. I was afraid that plane was going to have a Marlboro sponsorship on the side of it. Nope. I'm good. I'll get in the truck. It's not that far.
I see. I would be too afraid that there would be somebody from West Virginia flying the plane. And I was not interested.
That's not really how aviation works. But
what do you mean? You don't think there's any pilots that live in West Virginia?
Well, live there? No, probably not. We drove through there. Did you at any point look around and go, man, I bet this is really convenient for somebody that has to travel a lot? Yeah, I'm going to say Delta's not pulling a lot of pilots out of West Virginia. Hey, what's the quickest you can be to another airport? Well, Pittsburgh's 4 hours that way, so I can hop in a truck and be there by...
Charleston has one.
Yeah. Next time we go that way, we'll take a detour at that airport.
If you'll show me.
Yeah, that makes the Asheville Regional Airport look like LaGuardia.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
That is the most...
I think they should look for some more federal money.
In terms of travel, that is the most remote area of the world, or at least in North America.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. The more you know.
And Notorious B.I.G., as a humbleman that has spent a little bit of time there, you can have a lot of fun for $30. Just depends on who's watching and how depraved you are.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Okay, we've got a super chat from Sir Jimothy.
Hey, you're saying that one because I don't know what that means. Sir Jimothy's like speaking in code today.
Says, considering Jones head coach relationships, the next one will be Heather Harmon? If you know, you know, and I do not.
I
don't know who.
I Googled Heather Harmon,
is.
and she is an MD at Kentucky Eye Care. I don't know who that person is.
Dr. Heather Harmon.
I feel like that's a Jerry Jones doing old man dirty things.
Maybe so.
That's what that felt like, but I don't know.
Okay. All right.
We got the old IYKYK. Why is Y so hard for me to say?
I'm not sure.
Well, I don't YK, so I don't YK.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Back to the Sunday games. Pick of the week 13 games.
Hey, next year, should we work the day before Thanksgiving? The answer is an unequivocal no.
No, you probably should not. Houston Texans looking to bounce back this week against the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Oh, I know who Heather Harmon is now. I know why that didn't come up in that search either. Got the old filter on that said no.
I'm guessing that's a adult actress of some kind.
She probably has an OnlyFans if that tells you anything.
So does the girl down the street at the hot spot, but that doesn't.
Hers costs way less than mine. 99 cents in one trip to Wayne, West Virginia.
Are
You're a
you
lifetime.
sure?
You're a lifetime gold platinum member.
Houston Texans and the Jacksonville Jaguars. They will be playing at 1:00 on Sunday. Yeah,
I had such a good line and I had to let it go.
Yep, me too.
Let it go. Let it go.
The Houston Texans are a 3.5-point favorite, and Houston Texans over under the 43.5.
Oh,
Lunder. I like the Lunder.
Well, the question for me in my own head is, can the Texans score 33.5 points in this game? Yeah, I'm going to go with yes.
Yes. So you're thinking like, what, 34-10?
Yeah, this won't be close. This is a really, really upset Houston Texan team against the Jaguar team that is completely lost.
And we've come to find out that no matter how many points they lose by, their coach is not getting fired.
No. He has pictures of somebody.
Although maybe with a week to prepare, if he gets stomped by 40 again, maybe that will be enough for Shad Khan to say no.
I figured it out.
Yeah.
Trent Baalke has pictures of that trip to Wayne County, West Virginia. Shad Khan.
That's what it was.
You're not done that.
Tennessee Titans, Washington Commanders. In D.C., Washington is a 5.5-point favorite. And this is one I didn't think about very long.
God, you should have.
You believe that Will Levis really has turned a corner here?
I do.
And do you believe...
Especially against that defense?
Do you believe in the downturn on Jaden Daniels?
No, I believe Jaden Daniels is hurt. I fully believe the ribs are bothering him way more than anybody's letting on, than he's letting on, and it scares me.
Mm-hmm.
It does. It scares me a lot. I'm going to say the same thing about Washington that I just said about Pittsburgh. That loss to the Cowboys, if you're not careful, that can be the game that upsets your entire apple cart.
Mm-hmm.
And I am so scared that I'm on the wrong side of this. Actually, you know what? You pick this. Just give me. You talk for a minute. I want to verify something before I make this pick.
I'm going to be on the Washington Commanders minus the 5.5. I haven't felt real spicy through this whole thing. I'm not seeing a lot of underdogs that really thrill me this week. Tennessee I did think about it for a minute.
Oh, God, you almost just confirmed that I'm taking nothing but dogs.
What?
The last time you said that, I think we had 9 underdogs covered the same way.
We possibly could have. The Washington Commanders are my bet here. I feel like at some point this turns. And Washington needs it to turn right now. I think coming back home, trying to pick up the pieces, it's an advantageous matchup, I feel like. Because I don't think they'll be able to stop you from moving the ball. I know that's a good defense, but that's how much I believe in Jaden Daniels.
I believe in Jaden Daniels as well. I hate myself for doing this. I want to take the Titans so bad, but I don't have it in me, I don't think.
Yeah. Over under the 44.5.
I will go over.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be right about one of those two.
Yep. I'm on the over. Washington minus the 5.5.
I feel like if this goes under, it lends to Tennessee.
Yes.
If it goes over, it lends to Washington.
Yes.
I have a weird feeling that now that I have said that, it's going to go over and Tennessee's going to cover.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime I wait out a game that much, I'm almost invariably wrong because I am fighting my inner gambler of going, do it!
We'll see if Will Levis can keep making plays. Calvin Ridley's been pretty good since DeAndre Hopkins got shipped out of town, and he seems to find Nick Westbrook-Akina for a touchdown every other week. So he scored last week, so maybe this is good news for the Washington Commanders.
We have one more 1 o'clock game that I feel like should take less than the 1 minute we have.
Seattle Seahawks and the New York Jets.
Are you kidding me? The Seahawks are a 2-point favorite at the Jets.
Mm-hmm.
I get it's a 1 o'clock game. You get that it's the New York Jets, right? I mean, did the New York Jets become a different team at some point and I missed it? Because that is, without a doubt, the weirdest line I've seen all year.
Mm-hmm. Seattle -2. Didn't think about it for a second. I'm going under the 41.5.
I will go under the 41.5. I did think about this because this is really weird line movement. Of this started at 3, it's come down to 2, and the bulk of the money is on Seattle.
Huh.
That doesn't make any sense.
Mm-hmm.
Jet fans notoriously bet like lunatics. And coming off a bye, West Coast team coming east, 1 o'clock kickoff, all of those things are right here for the taking. I did think about this. I'm still taking Seattle, because I think you're just overvaluing the talent, and I don't think the bye week actually did anything. You had too much noise. Too mmany weird things came out, too many answering things to the media. Give me Seattle.
You're in the Sportsocracy, and this is ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400. We'll continue the picks. Plus, we'll have the daily draft. Where are you going to go if you could go anywhere for the holiday feast?
Dear Bartesian.
Dear Bartesian.
I have been a very good 38-year-old adult.
This year, I would like your premium cocktail maker.
It makes over 60 bar-quality cocktails at the push of a button.
I think I've earned a Bartesian.
I didn't cut off anyone in the school pickup.
I made my bed without my wife asking.
I refrained from saying be there in 5 when I hadn't left the house.
So please, bring me a Bartesian premium cocktail maker.
Oh, hint, hint. There's even a savings of $100 site-wide at Bartesian now through Cyber Monday.
$100. See? I'm being responsible.
I promise I'll share the martinis, cosmopolitans, old fashions, and gimlets.
I've been awfully good this year.
I even did my taxes on time.
And I didn't even let people on social media push my buttons.
So I think I deserve the Bartesian Premium Cocktail Maker that makes over 60 cocktails.
At the push of a button.
Now is the best time to get a Bartesian Cocktail Maker. Shake your phone and save $100 through Cyber Monday. Yes, you heard me correctly. Pick up your phone and shake it for $100 off.
At Asheville Smiles Cosmetic and Family Dentistry, they are back to doing what they do best, caring for this Asheville community. Whether you're an existing patient, maybe you're facing a dental emergency, or you're ready to reestablish your care, Asheville Smiles is here for you. They are so proud to be a part of Asheville, where smiling means strength, resilience, and progress. Thanks to our community, we're Asheville strong, making incredible strides together. For compassionate, expert dental care with a hometown heart, trust Asheville Smiles. Online at ashevillesmiles.com.
Experience sensational sound with Vizio's Soundbar Collection. Starting at just $99, there's a soundbar for every budget. With Dolby Atmos in every model, cinema quality sound is closer than ever. This collection features Vizio's simplest setup yet, so you'll be streaming your favorite iHeartRadio playlists in no time. Whether you're looking for a simple setup or the cutting-edge Elevate SE with 360-degree sound immersion and auto-rotating speakers, Vizio has you covered. Head to Best Buy or Amazon to find the perfect Vizio soundbar for you.
This is J.W. Whitley, General Manager at Parks Ford of Hendersonville. I would like to introduce you to some of our very own Parks community heroes, like Eric, who hosted the football team to support their neighbors and begin the cleanup efforts, like Jeff and Chris, who led a fleet of Ford commercial vehicles throughout the night, delivering supplies with emergency services to all corners of the county and first responders. Nominate your community hero at parkscommunityheroes.com. That's parkscommunityheroes.com. Experience the Parks Promise today at parksfordhendersonville.com.
Showtime Sports and Mountain Graphics have teamed up under new ownership by an Asheville native to better serve our community with the finest custom apparel and unique branded items at the best price. Showtime Sports and Mountain Graphics can customize whatever you, your team, business, or local group may need through high-quality screen printing, embroidery, and laser engraving right here in Asheville. Free personal delivery within Buncombe County and a reduced delivery fee anywhere in Western North Carolina. Visit ShowtimeSportsAVL.com and MountainGraphicsAVL.com. Your one-stop custom apparel shops.
It's time to kick off the perfect tailgate and take your team to Ingles. Chips and guac made fresh in store every day. The best meat in town packaged fresh every day. And smiling faces giving you their best every day. Let's be real. In the South, football season is our favorite season of the year. There's a lot to smile about, especially with deals like these. Ingles. Low prices, love the savings.
This is your Exergen Temporal Scanner weather forecast on ESPN Asheville.
Clouds continue to increase out here this afternoon ahead of our next frontal system. Upper 50s here this afternoon. Scattered showers, even rumbles of thunder tonight. Middle to upper 40s. Scattered showers, rumbles of thunder Thursday for Thanksgiving Day, especially through the morning. It'll be breezy to windy with highs close to 60. Sunny, windy, colder for us on Friday, low to mid 40s. Sunshine, cold, near 40 Saturday, Sunday. I'm meteorologist Ken Boone at the Weather Channel.
This report is sponsored by eBay. We all got a thing. Yes, even you. If you love fashion, car parts, trading cards, whatever you're into, it's on eBay. So go find the thing that keeps you up at night. eBay. Things people love.
After the devastation of Hurricane Helene, CareSource has been inspired by the strength and compassion of our North Carolina friends and neighbors. To support our recovery and replenish vital food banks, the CareSource Foundation has donated to beloved Asheville and Manna Food Bank. We invite you to help too. To learn how, visit belovedasheville.com and manafoodbank.org. We're all in this together, and together, we will rebuild. A public service message from CareSource.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
This season, let's spread love that goes beyond Christmas. Your gift to the Salvation Army of Asheville helps provide food, shelter, and hope to those in need, not just for today, but all year long. Donate to the Salvation Army today and be the reason someone believes in a brighter tomorrow.
From the Ingalls Studios, this is ESPN Asheville, WPEK, W225CJ Fairview, WMXF Waynesville, and iHeart radio station.
The Sportsocracy.
It fires me up, man. I love it. Say it one more time.
The Sportsocracy.
Shake it back!
Beer City's best sports talk.
It is gross.
Just earlier.
They are mature, actually. You just have to get to know them better.
Your lunchtime dose of dumbassery. Live from the Ingalls studio.
It is ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, 1400. The Sportsocracy is heard everywhere you go on the iHeart Radio app, and we're seen everywhere on the YouTubes. Just go to thesportsocracy.com, click the live video link, subscribe to the channel, and that way you can join us in the chat. It is a football Wednesday.
Whatever this day is. I don't even know anymore.
He's not
Wayne
playing
County
along.
Wednesday. There it was. Yeah, I got it.
Wayne County Wednesday.
Wayne County Wednesday.
The old Wayne County, West Virginia. The airport of all airports, apparently.
$20, you live like a king.
It is a football Wednesday, so that means it is time for the Where Are You Going to Go? Daily Draft, brought to you by Dale's Pale Ale. If you could go anywhere this weekend, what games would you hit? Jeremy Green.
Who has the first pick here?
I'll give you first pick.
I will take Clemson, South Carolina.
Ooh, that was a good pick.
That might be the most influential game of the college football playoffs so far.
Because
look, there are other good rivalry matchups this weekend. None of them really carry an impact like that one does.
Save for one, in my opinion, and it's Texas A&M, because that is a game where Texas A&M is fighting for their lives. If they want to be in this playoff, they have to win that game.
And I will tell you why I didn't take that game, because I believe in a just and loving God that will not allow Texas A&M to be anywhere close to this playoff because they don't deserve to be anywhere near this playoff.
Which is probably the scenario. That's probably how this is going to go. But you're going to give me Texas A&M. This is at Kyle Field, so this is one of the premier spots to see a football game, and you've got SEC championship berth on the line. Lose and you're out for Texas A&M.
And to me, I think moving forward, we've got to do something to preclude an event like this.
What do you mean?
I mean, be real honest with yourself. Texas A&M doesn't deserve to be in the SEC championship game. Nobody wants that.
No.
The price of that game, what would happen to the price of that game if Texas A&M lost, or if Texas A&M were to win this game? I don't even know what the get-in price is right now.
What do you mean, what would happen to the price of the game?
The ticket price. What happens to it if Texas A&M wins this game? Well, it goes through the floor.
Oh, for the
Nobody
SEC
wants to watch
championship
them play
game.
Georgia?
I got you.
I'm curious what it is right now.
I would probably say,
I bet a lot.
I was going to say $250 something get-in price.
I would bet it's higher than that. It is higher than that.
Really?
$281.
$281 to get into the SEC championship game.
I will bet that dips below $175 with Texas A&M.
Quite possibly. everybody, I think the style maker, the headline makers, the marquee makers, they want to see Texas and Georgia. But that is a game that's got a lot riding on it this weekend. So
I don't think Texas A&M can score. That's where I fall into.
Mm-hmm. You don't think that game's going to be as competitive as the other?
I don't.
And I would agree with you. Clemson, South Carolina would have been my number one choice. My second selection for the weekend, I got to go Eagles and the Ravens in Baltimore on Sunday afternoon, pre-evening, whatever you want to call it.
Did you just go pre-evening on
Pre-evening, yeah. Because I think that is going to be a whale of a game.
I'm intrigued, but that wasn't as high for me and I knew you were going to do that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's the top two teams in the league that are facing each other this week.
I was about to say.
Right.
I don't see Detroit on that field anyway, so it's not the top two teams.
No, but Detroit has a dog water game, and I wouldn't want to go to that one.
I don't think anything for me changes no matter what happens there because I don't see blowout coming. I'm going to say the same thing I said about the Chargers. If the Eagles come in here and win this, I'm not going to use that as an indictment on Baltimore. If Baltimore wins this, I'm not really going to use that as an indictment on Philadelphia because I think you're so locked into the spot that you have. Who would you say needs this game more?
I would say Philadelphia needs this game more.
And I would say it's Baltimore, and I don't think it's even all that close.
Really?
If Baltimore loses this game, you're getting into dangerous territory. Not that I'm saying you would miss the playoffs, but then you get into a possibility where I'm going to have to win 3 of these really tough games. Because I do believe there is a Pittsburgh fall off a cliff coming. But you still have to get in front of them. And you have to play them. You need to win this division. Because the difference in being the 3 in the AFC right now and being the 5, which is where Baltimore is, they would have to go to Houston. The following week, they would either have to go to Kansas City or Buffalo. And then they have to play the other one the next week.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to say it's impossible. That is a tall ask. I think it's Baltimore, and I don't think it's really all that close. Philadelphia doesn't have much competition in the NFC.
Mm-hmm.
There are good teams. There are not rosters that are even in the ballpark of as talented as they are. The NFC, to me, is the Eagles and the Lions.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's a drop-off. You get to the Vikings, the Packers, maybe a couple of other teams. But those two are still the king of the castle.
Yeah.
Baltimore, you're in a way more muddled situation. It's really going to depend on where you land. They need to win this, especially with it being in Baltimore.
Okay. Your second selection.
You left me a really good NFL game.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go Cardinals-Vikings. That's another one that feels like a bit of a pivot game. If the Arizona Cardinals are as good as I think they are, at some point you have to win games on the road. They're 2-3 away from Arizona. That is a really difficult place to play. If they could win this game, it sets you back on a course of where you were a week ago. They were leading the division. Things looked good when you looked at the rest of the schedule, but you did still have to circle this game on the schedule.
Mm-hmm.
You got to face a really hot team that has a receiver that I have absolutely no idea how you're going to defend. You want to win a lot of money on DraftKings this week? Play Justin Jefferson. But he's been terrible. I know. As somebody who's been around the sport for a long time, when you have a receiver that's that good, that's spiraling out of control because they're not getting the ball, I will be shocked if he doesn't have 14 targets or more in this game. And I could easily see him having a 200-yard game against Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
Because they are going to force feed him. Arizona can handle T.J. Hawkinson. I think they can even deal with Jordan Addison. They can't handle Justin Jefferson. There's nothing you double cover him all you want to. It's not going to matter. And Sam Darnold is going to inundate him, trying to get him right as they head into
for the stretch run.
push.
Yeah. It makes a lot of sense.
Now, the opposite side of that is I really want to see that Kyler Murray-led offense, how it responds after what was a horrifically bad outing last week against Brian Flores.
Mm-hmm.
I would wager Flores knows exactly what I do. They're going to try their absolute best to get James Conner running in this game. Because they saw what can happen when we're one-dimensional.
Mm-hmm.
Kyler Murray, even though I kind of like your weapons, one-dimensional Kyler Murray is a really bad – that's a recipe for disaster.
All right, you got the Cardinals and the Vikings, and then –
this is not so much for the game as it is for the experience.
Okay.
I'll go Michigan, Ohio State.
Ooh. All right.
I also think that game is going to be closer than people think.
Okay.
Do you realize how bad they think that's going to get?
I mean, the spread's like 21, isn't it?
21.
Yeah.
The over-under is only 42.5. Do the math.
Mm-hmm.
That's a keister kicking. I don't really see that in the offing.
Right.
I don't think Ohio State is that good offensively. I mean, people seem to forget Michigan is still really talented on that defensive front. I just did my most recent mock draft, which will be coming out over the Thanksgiving holiday through Reels and then one great big long form that drops on Saturday. 2 of the top 10 players in this class are on Michigan's defense. They have another first-round pick on that defense as well.
Mm-hmm.
If they can sludge this out and gross this out, I don't see a reason Michigan couldn't beat Ohio State. You're going to have a couple fluky plays. But for me to get this as the 5th pick in this draft feels like a lot of value.
Yeah, the only reason that it wasn't high on my list is because
Michigan's
I don't think it's going to be close.
I do.
Rivalry games, I get weird things can happen in rivalry games. Ohio State, I felt like flexed a bit last week, and they'll be looking to do the same thing again. I mean, they have all of the talk hanging over their heads. I know that they're coming into this game knowing that they're better than this team.
No doubt.
But they still have the you haven't beaten Michigan in 3 years.
You've got pressure on Ohio State.
Yeah.
You've got the last time. This is the last time all these Michigan guys are going to be together.
Mm-hmm.
Because the bowl game, irrelevant. You're playing in the Frisco Bowl. None of these guys are playing in that.
No.
So you get a one last ride with a group of guys that just won a national title a year ago. That's a dangerous group.
Mm-hmm. I would agree.
And I would not want to do that.
Although I would really want to see that game. I would really want to see that game in the Horseshoe or in the Big House, either one. So I understand why it was high on your list.
To me, that's a bucket list game, and you get it very devalued here.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think the get-in price of that game is?
$175.
You're low, and I was shocked it was this low. $221.
Okay.
That's a ticket that I've seen get as high as over $1,000 just to get in a gigantic stadium.
Sure, when they're both ranked. They are not, though. And Michigan's not considered to be in their ballpark, obviously, by the
they're
by
bad
the spread on this
They're
game.
bad offensively.
Mm-hmm. All right. Cool. Well, in that case, I will go back to the NFL. I'm taking Pittsburgh Steelers at the Cincinnati Bengals. Because that is a pressure spot for Joe Burrow. And Joe Burrow, in the past, has had the uncanny ability to be able to pull out miracles when his back is against the wall. So maybe this is the moment. Maybe this is a turning point for Cincinnati. They can really, flex against this team. They'll have to keep the pass rush at bay, but Joe Burrow trying to get the ball out of his hands quickly, there is an opportunity there. Either way, I think AFC North games, once again, have proved to us that regardless of who's in them, they're going to be entertaining matchups for the most part. So I'll take Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, and then I'll take a break. And when we come back, we will continue the daily draft. Where would you go this weekend if you could go anywhere around the football world? You're in the Sportsocracy on the pre-Thanksgiving edition on a football Wednesday here on ESPN Asheville.
Using a Clorox disinfecting wipe to clean that stuck-on sauce from the stove feels like...
Oh, boy. That tickles. Stop.
It feels like coming home to your needy corgi after a long day.
Best part of the day, finally.
With Clorox. Clean feels carefree. Clean feels good. Use as directed.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
We know it's the time of year to give thanks and spend time with friends and family, but there is something else to be thankful for. Touchdowns. And DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL, is the #1 place to bet touchdowns. Touchdowns are on sale all weekend. Here's a reason for new customers to do a touchdown dance of their own. Bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets instantly. Score big with DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 place to bet touchdowns. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use the code WPEK. That's code WPEK for new customers to get $150 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 877-718-5543 or visit morethanagame.nc.gov. 21 plus, North Carolina only. Eligibility restrictions apply. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/ftball.
This is J.W. Whitley, General Manager at Parks Ford of Hendersonville. Our purpose, to improve lives with every interaction. Nominate your Parks Community Hero today at parkscommunityheroes.com. Like Trent and Doug, whose first instinct was to fill their trucks with supplies and drive to the hardest hit areas in those first hours. Like Eric, who hosted the football team to support their neighbors and begin the cleanup efforts. Nominate your Parks Community Hero today at parkscommunityheroes.com. That's parkscommunityheroes.com. Experience the Parks Promise today at parksfordhendersonville.com.
If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate in the mountains, you need to call the agents at Clarissa Sells WNC, brokered by eXp Realty. Check us out online at clarissasellswnc.com. Download our free app on Google Play or the App Store. Type in Asheville Home Search. You'll be able to connect with our team and see all the available homes for sale in our area. For more information, contact us today at 828-774-6343 or clarissasellswnc@gmail.com.
It's time to kick off the perfect tailgate and take your team to Ingles. Chips and guac made fresh in store every day. The best meat in town packaged fresh every day. And smiling faces giving you their best every day. Let's be real. In the South, football season is our favorite season of the year. There's a lot to smile about, especially with deals like these. Ingles. Low prices, love the savings.
The Sportsocracy.
These guys are a f***ing disgrace.
We are back in the Sportsocracy, and this is ESPN Asheville. And, just saw Jeremy just pointed this out during the break. Silverado's Valley Strong Disaster Relief posted out a little while ago that they have thawed, ready-to-cook turkeys that they're giving away while they last. They had 100 of them on hand, so maybe go by there if you're in need for something for Thanksgiving. You can go by and pick up your turkey there.
Those guys are absolutely incredible.
Yes.
Just the sheer fact of
right, that they have the things that they have the thing that they have created over there with Valley Strong Disaster Relief is amazing. ValleyStrongDisasterRelief.org is the website if you want to help out. If you're in need of anything, go by and voice that need. they may be able to help you out. They have helped out so many people throughout this this recovery of Hurricane Helene, and we cannot be thankful enough to be friends with them, to know them, and to have them in our community doing great things. Daily Draft is brought to you by our good friends over at Dale's Pale Ale. Where would you go if you're going anywhere this weekend on a football Wednesday? We're picking games here so far. Jeremy's gone Clemson, South Carolina. Playoff implications on the line for both teams in that one. Arizona and Minnesota in the NFL. And then back to the college game with the game, Michigan, Ohio State, at the Horseshoe. I opened with Texas A&M. Again, playoff implications for both teams in that SEC showdown. The winner goes to the SEC championship game. The loser goes home. Texas would still make the playoff if they lose this game. Texas A&M, they would have no shot at making the playoff if they lose the game. I'm going Baltimore and the Philadelphia Eagles in the 4:25 game on Sunday, and then Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals. My next selection is also going to be an NFL game. It's going to be one that we talked about going to.
Oh.
It's the Chargers and the Falcons.
Didn't think I had to take that early.
Yeah, it is a pivotal game for both teams. Los Angeles, I'm fully in the Charger camp right now. I am fully believing the Jim Harbaugh. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. I'm running through the brick wall. I think this team is built to win games, especially against teams that don't have it all together and seem to find ways to lose when they shouldn't. Atlanta's a hell of a talented team, and it hurts me to say that as a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan, but I still cannot trust them. They fall in this game, they go to 6-6, and they could be in a tie at the top of that division, which is just backsliding. And it very well could be the way that this goes down, but I think this is going to be a highly entertaining game.
This is a reasonably good week of NFL football, as to be evidenced by I'm taking another NFL game as well.
Okay.
I will go 49ers-Bills in Orchard Park on Sunday Night Football.
Okay. That's a little bit of a surprise for me.
Okay, why is that a surprise?
I mean, I didn't think that this would be a game that you would think would be entertaining for very long.
For San Francisco's sake, it better be. I believe Brock Purdy will be back this week. I think that was what I heard earlier. I'll have to check on that.
Yeah, I'll check.
If he's not, then you're watching the death of the San Francisco 49ers. That's on the negative side.
Mm-hmm.
On the positive side, you could see a really competitive game between a talented and desperate 49er team and what I think is one of the best teams in the NFL, the Buffalo Bills.
Mm-hmm. I believe he is supposed to be back this week.
It was trending that direction. I just haven't seen the final confirmation.
Yeah, we haven't gotten any final confirmation on that just yet. He's not listed on the injury report at the moment, though, so maybe I missed the headline, and maybe he is a full go for this game. He's not even listed as questionable right now on what I'm looking at, so maybe. Dealing with a shoulder injury.
His status is truly unknown right
truly
now. That's
unknown.
the latest report.
All right, so Buffalo and San Francisco.
Whew, you talk about a massive letdown with your last primetime games if we go Brandon Allen.
Ooh.
I feel like if he can move, he will play in this game.
Yep.
Did you lose here? I'm not going to say you're done, but you're going to need a mess of help. I'll tell you how bad this is. If San Francisco loses this game and these other three teams win, the 49ers would actively be tied with them. The Chicago Bears, the Dallas Cowboys, and the New Orleans Saints.
Ugh.
That's how bad this could be.
Right. So you're going to need a big showing from Kyle Shanahan and company.
And by the way, I do feel the urge to say this practically any time the San Francisco 49ers come up.
Mm-hmm.
I told you so.
He told us this was coming.
The crown does weigh heavy on my head.
As we know it does. All right, what's your fifth selection?
I don't think I have to take the other one, so I'm going to go Tennessee Vanderbilt.
Okay. UT and Vandy.
Vanderbilt is a dangerous enough team that you can't feel great about going in there because you've already watched them beat an Alabama team that is on the outside looking in because they lost to Vanderbilt. I feel like you've got to be looking at this going, we're going to run the ball down their throat. I don't really care what they do offensively. We're so good defensively and so talented defensively that I'm not worried about that.
Mm-hmm.
We just have to keep scoring points. Because if you're Tennessee, this is your playing game. You win here and you're in, and you very possibly could have a home date with the way things break down.
Yeah.
Because if Texas and Georgia play each other, they're both in front of you. One of them has to lose. And depending on how bad that is, especially if it's Georgia, I could see a path they fall behind you. Then you wind up with a playoff game on Rocky Top, which would be ridiculous.
All right, let's see here. Last two selections of the draft here. We've been we pretty well picked the NFL clean.
Oh, no doubt. The Pickens have taken Ozempic and have gotten awful thin.
Awful thin. Ooh. College football wise, I'm going Miami-Syracuse. Could be a good game between the two of them. Both teams are going to be able to score points, I believe. There's a lot of, as Jeremy said, sharp money coming in on Syracuse to pull the upset here. That would be, to me, the next most impactful game of the college slate.
Oh God, it's at the Gross Dome too.
Yeah. Yeah, we're at the JMA Wireless Dome.
JMA, I don't even know what JMA Wireless is.
It's got to be a regional thing.
Ugh.
Would that be like a wireless? I mean, I
I
guess it's cell phones.
It's got to be a cell phone provider of some kind.
Right.
Although at Syracuse, I wouldn't be shocked if it was some company that sold you paper cups with a string in between it. Oh, wait, it's wireless. 2 cups and you have to yell.
Yeah. Number 6, Miami against the Syracuse Orange. Needing to win to stay in contention for the college football playoff. Syracuse looking to play spoiler here in the ACC.
I still will maintain that feels like sharps are out-sharping themselves.
Mm-hmm. That would open the door to Clemson to be in the ACC championship game.
Syracuse they're better than we thought, especially record-wise. They have beaten absolutely no one.
Mm-hmm.
And their 2 best wins are Georgia Tech and UNLV. So maybe spare me on this, there's a sharp money on blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you're overthinking yourself.
And then
there are only 2 potential selections left.
Yeah. I'm going Iron Bowl. Auburn, Alabama at Jordan Hare. A chance for Auburn to really dig it in to Alabama to make sure that they stay out of the college football playoff because, Alabama fans, they still got that thought like, something's going to get us in. They couldn't possibly have this without us. They could, and they're probably going to. But Auburn might have a chance to pull the upset against Alabama at home.
Auburn also needs this game to be bowl eligible. They have to win here to not go 5-7.
Mm-hmm.
That's Hugh Freeze thing.
Well, he's got to have players first. And
he had a top 12 or 15 class last year. He's got like a top 5 class this year.
Does he really?
Yeah.
I didn't realize their classes.
It gets to a certain point where you go, how many players do you need? How many players do you need to not lose to, I don't know, who's their worst loss this year?
Wow, I'm shocked. I didn't realize that they were playing the game that well.
Oh, they're getting players in. They also have wins over A&M. There's your high water mark.
Mm-hmm.
The other 4 are Kentucky, New Mexico, UL Monroe, and Alabama A&M. You have lost to every single other entity you have played.
Yes.
Ugh. I will take the only one left on the board, which is the Big 12 title game, play-in game between Kansas State and Iowa State.
Okay.
I didn't want to take it, but I had the last selection here, and there were 12 pickable games.
I was going to say, what else could you have chosen there? Dolphins, Packers in the cold? No, thank you. It's the only other game that I considered.
Notre Dame, USC. That was the only other one even on the board because I feel like I and Vegas both have a weird feeling that USC is going to beat Notre Dame.
Really?
That's where I think the chaos comes in.
Okay.
I think it was Andy Staples earlier today talking about this, that mentally we're chalking up that Northern Illinois loss as 2 for Notre Dame because it was that bad.
Mm-hmm.
And if they lose to USC, I don't think the committee could let them in. And as soon as I heard that, I started thinking about it like, Notre Dame hasn't really beaten anybody that impresses me in any way.
Mm-hmm.
They're on the road in L.A. Then I saw the line. Yeah, this feels like it's set up for – because it feels like Vegas is begging you. Take Notre Dame, do it. They keep burning anybody that takes underdogs against them. Yeah, but that was military schools.
Mm-hmm.
USC still got talent.
Thanksgiving weekend this weekend, time to give thanks, and one of the things that we all have to be thankful for and that we are thankful for each and every week, and that is touchdowns. And you can make money on touchdowns with the DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL. It's the number one place to bet touchdowns. So many ways that you can score a touchdown, but really don't care how you do it because, that's what the wagering is for. Anytime touchdown scorers helps me hit those parlays I've been hitting, so maybe take a stab at it this weekend. Here's a reason for new customers to do a touchdown dance of your own. Bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets instantly. Score big with the DraftKings Sportsbook, the number one place to bet touchdowns. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use the code WPEK. That's code WPEK for new customers to get $150 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 877-718-5543 or visit morethanagame.nc.gov. 21 plus, North Carolina only. Eligibility restrictions apply. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/ftball.
This is your Exergen Temporal Scanner weather forecast on ESPN Asheville.
Clouds continue to increase out here this afternoon ahead of our next frontal system. Upper 50s here this afternoon. Scattered showers, even rumbles of thunder tonight. Middle to upper 40s. Scattered showers, rumbles of thunder Thursday for Thanksgiving Day, especially through the morning. It'll be breezy to windy with highs close to 60. Sunny, windy, colder for us on Friday, low to mid 40s. Sunshine, cold, near 40 Saturday, Sunday. I'm meteorologist Ken Boone at the Weather Channel.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's new Salted Caramel Frosty. It's time for Wendy's new Salted Caramel Frosty, the only cold, creamy treat you'll want all season long. Because if it's the iconic Frosty with a salted caramel twist, gotta be Wendy's. Limited time only at participating Wendy's. Salted Caramel Frosty flavored with other natural flavors.
Summit Dental gives you dental visits without the anxiety. Hey, it's Mark Starling from First News on 570, and that's what they did for me. You know, your comfort is their priority, and they do all they can to put you at ease and personalize that experience. Summit Dental's complimentary comfort menu includes items like aromatherapy, heated neck wraps, and blankets. Dr. Reinhardt and his staff make your dental experience comfortable and one that you understand, moving at your pace and letting you know what they're doing before they do it. Learn more about why Summit Dental is 5-star rated on Google.
The PayPal app has amazingly low prices for holiday shopping. Get cashback offers in the app, and when you use the PayPal debit card, PayPal stacks 5% more in the monthly category of your choosing on up to $1,000 in purchases. Don't just pay, PayPal.
FEMA funding is available to support repairs on private roads and bridges, even if your primary home is not damaged. For more information or to schedule an inspection, call 1-800-621-FEMA. Again, call 1-800-621-3362.
Dan Scott here, inviting you to check out my new show every Sunday, 8 to 9 a.m. here on ESPN Asheville, where we bring sports and faith together. The Dan Scott Show, 8 a.m. Sundays on ESPN Asheville.
If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate in the mountains, you need to call the agents at Clarissa Sells WNC, brokered by eXp Realty. Check us out online at ClarissaSellsWNC.com. And did I mention that Clarissa Sells WNC loves teachers? We love teachers so much, we're giving back 25% of our commission at closing. For more information, contact us today at 828-774-6343 or ClarissaSellsWNC@gmail.com.
This is J.W. Whitley with Parks Ford of Hendersonville. I'm so excited to introduce you to this month's Parks Community Hero, Meals on Wheels. Meals on Wheels, with the help of numerous volunteers, delivers nutritious meals and friendly conversation to homebound seniors. Throughout their meal delivery program, you can help seniors keep their independence. To get involved, visit MOWABC.com. Thank you to Meals on Wheels and congratulations, our Parks Community Hero. Experience the Parks Promise today at parksfordhendersonville.com.
The Sportsocracy.
We treat star athletes better because they're better people.
That's not fair.
Life isn't fair, kiddo. Get used to it.
We are back in the Sportsocracy, and this is ESPN Asheville for a
Football Wednesday.
Wednesday.
I'm not getting hyped. I'm just not doing it. I'm not doing it. It feels wrong.
We're picking games. We're giving winners here, hopefully. Jeremy will have some bangers for you coming up after this here segment. We got to finish the Week 13 games in the NFL, though. We have not talked about the Minnesota Vikings and the Arizona Cardinals in a 1 o'clock game on Sunday. The Minnesota Vikings are a 3.5-point favorite. How hard was this one for you?
It wasn't a quick call, but it wasn't hard for me to make a call.
I didn't think about this for very long, despite how much I'm on the side of the Arizona Cardinals. I
don't see it.
I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. Minnesota Vikings minus the 3.5 feels like a layup to me. In Arizona, it'd be probably a different story for me, but over under 45.
I'll go over.
I think it's about spot on. But
you got a lot of sharp money on Minnesota. Like a lot.
Really?
An overwhelming amount for a line that hasn't moved.
Yeah.
Where do you think
I'll
Vegas?
join you on the
where
over.
do you think Vegas has Arizona in their power rankings? This shocks me every week when I see it.
8.
You add a teen to that, and you get
18.
They're 19.
Oh, 19. Wow.
Vegas doesn't believe in Arizona.
Interesting.
I think it's all smoke and mirrors. I don't agree. That would typically lend me to, when I think Vegas has a team undervalued, that would lend me to look at them as a value week in, week out.
Mm-hmm.
Especially a week like this where there has been no line movement, and yet there's been so much money on Minnesota. That's one of those that I start, okay, what do you know that I don't know? Because it feels off.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still taking Minnesota. I don't know how Arizona would stop Justin Jefferson.
I don't either.
In a game that you've got to get him going, this feels like way too easy of a matchup for him.
Mm-hmm. Minnesota minus the 3.5 and over the 45.
Yes.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Carolina Panthers. Bank of America. Did I?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the Indianapolis Colts and the New England Patriots.
Oh, we ain't going to talk about it long, but we do have to at least pick it.
I'll go New England plus the 2.5.
Explain that.
Explain that. Okay. I don't feel like the Colts are very good.
I don't think they're. I'm in line with Vegas. They got them in the low 20s.
Mm-hmm. And I just don't see Anthony Richardson making plays against that defense.
It's not really Anthony Richardson for me.
Okay.
I love the under in this.
Mm-hmm. That's clear.
It's supposed to be cold. 42.5 is like shockingly high to me.
I agree.
And then I saw how much money was on the over, and what is the matter with you people? Over 80% of the money's on the over.
Wow. Okay.
And I don't see. I mean, look, I get it. The Indianapolis defense is not great.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's going to be a lot of running in this game. That clock is going to be moving a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And it almost feels temptingly high. I will go under. I will take the Indianapolis Colts.
Okay.
Drake May, I believe this is a blow-up game for him. I have him on my Scott Fishbowl team. I'm playing Will Levis over him this week.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you think this is going to be a bad one?
I don't. Okay. That offensive line is not good enough for how many pieces Indianapolis can throw at you. And you remember this as well as I do. What was Drake May super susceptible to at Carolina? Interior pass rush. If you could get into his face and not be coming off the edge, because he's so fast that he can step up and get past you. When it came right into his that was the worst. I remember NC State did that. And I want to say it was Miami. And they blistered Carolina because Drake, I think it was Miami. I have to go back and check that.
Mm-hmm.
He started like 3 of 17 or something horrific like that. They couldn't block interior pressure. I got DeForest Buckner coming right into us.
Okay. They get into him, rattle his cage, put him under pressure a little bit, and sneak away with a win. 4 o'clock start for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Bank of America Stadium, against the Carolina Panthers. Bucs are a 6-point favorite.
Did you do it?
I did. Tampa Bay minus the 6. I thought about it for longer than I wanted to, but
I thought about it longer than I wanted to, too. Carolina minus the 6. This field goal game. It's a Tampa Bay team that has consistently not been great in cold weather.
Mm-hmm. Carolina's
riding a high. They're playing for absolutely nothing. You've got a team on house money after a competitive game with Kansas City. That's easy to me.
Yeah. Carolina plus the 6.
It would be one thing if you had multiple weapons that I was worried about. You have one. Mike Evans, who gets J.C. Horn. Now, over-under number of times he gets flagged in this game, I think the line's 4.5. I'd probably take the over.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know that you're getting into the end zone a lot. I like the under in this game a lot.
Under the 46.5. Okay. I'll join you on that.
Over 90% of the money on the over, which I think is comically insane.
Los Angeles Rams, 2.5-point favorite at the New Orleans Saints in another 4:05 game.
I don't care.
I don't care.
This is a game that if I watch more than 3 snaps of, I'm going to be angry.
I was going to say, you just flipping a coin on this one, or where are you leaning?
It feels like they're begging me to take the Rams. Does it not? With a line that light, that feels like you're begging me to take the Rams.
Yes.
Which is exactly why I'm taking the New Orleans Saints.
Okay. All right. He's on New Orleans. I'll be on the Rams, minus the 2.5. Under 49.
Funny. I like the over.
Do you?
Mm-hmm. We are diametrically opposed on that game that I do not care about in any shape, form, or fashion.
We are. 4:25 start for the Baltimore Ravens hosting the Philadelphia Eagles.
What percentage of the 4 o'clock window do you think Red Zone uses on Eagles-Ravens?
I will say 73%.
I will say you're low. I had 91% in my head.
I mean,
hey,
I
look,
don't know.
The Rams and Saints scored. Back to the game you care about.
I don't know. You got shoddy defenses all over the place in those other games. So
that was.
Be.
Oh, don't worry. I was taking out the place where they scored 40-yard touchdowns. Other than that, but Ravens.
Yeah.
Ravens, Eagles.
Ravens and the Eagles. Ravens are 3-point favorites. I'm on the Ravens.
I am too. I think this is where coaching gets you.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is where coaching gets you. Because to me, talent-wise, these teams are pretty close.
I want to be on the side of the MVP, but I cannot. Because I think in the end...
Saquon Barkley's not the MVP. Please stop saying that.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
He's
not
my
a quarterback.
MVP. He's your MVP. He's everyone's
No, DK
MVP.
Metcalf's your MVP. We've already been over this. He's not the MVP. He's Offensive Player of the Year. This is well established. MVP will be a quarterback.
I want to be on the Philadelphia side, but I think it comes down to the end of the game. I can't trust your coach, and I get John Harbaugh has made some decisions in the past that haven't been great. Maybe Justin Tucker hadn't been making kicks like he's supposed to or has in the past. Still feel like this is I'm almost leaning on your side now, where I'm feeling like maybe this is more important than to Baltimore than it is to Philadelphia.
That's where I'm at, is that I get the better coach, I get the better quarterback, and I'm at home, and this game means more to me than it does to you. Yeah, I'll take Baltimore, and I am going
over.
It feels like it's too easy. I'll go under.
Okay.
I'll tell you a fun stat about the 4 o'clock games. How many wins do the Ravens and the Eagles have combined?
16?
17. How many wins do the Buccaneers, Panthers, Rams, and Saints have?
14.
17.
That's the same amount of wins.
Mm-hmm. The Ravens and the Eagles are a combined 17-6. The Rams, Saints, Panthers, and Buccaneers are a combined 17-27.
Mm-hmm. Let's go San Francisco 49ers and the Buffalo Bills.
Bills.
Orchard Park on Sunday night.
Bikes. Bills. Bears. Beats.
Battlestar Galactica.
Battlestar Galactica.
Buffalo Bills minus the 7. Over under 44.5.
I'm going under.
Really?
If you're telling me there's even a vague chance that Brandon Allen is the quarterback here, I'm not sure they'd score a point on Buffalo with him.
Mm-hmm. I'm going over the 44.5. I'm going on the assumption that Brock Purdy will play in this game.
Which means he won't.
They will score at least twice. The rest of it's all on Buffalo. I don't think this game's close.
Even with Brock Purdy?
No, I don't.
I think with Purdy it's closer.
I'll give you another score with Brock Purdy.
The 49ers have been horrendous at covering spreads. They're one of the worst teams in the league against the spread.
What is the weather supposed to be like in this game?
Cold. I remember that. 32 with snow.
Buffalo. House them. And then Monday Night Football.
Which is the best way I've heard this equated so far was what did you say?
I said this was Thanksgiving dinner, and Aunt Margaret showed up with the Jell-O mold with the cat food in it.
Browns Broncos.
Thanks.
Sweet.
Geez, she made an aspic. That's the Jell-O with like Vienna sausages cut up in it. Ugh.
Why would anybody do that?
I don't know. It was a thing in the 70s for like 10 minutes.
There were a lot of things that were a thing in the 70s that we learned better.
The Cleveland Browns and the Denver Broncos. The Broncos are a 5.5 point favorite at home against the Browns. If it snows in this game, Jameis Winston's going to lose his mind. He may be thanking gods that don't even exist. Like just I got Cleveland plus the 5.5.
Good, because I don't. Denver minus the 5.5.
Yep.
I feel like that snow game is making people overrate Cleveland. I had Cleveland earlier in the week, and then the more I thought about it, the worse I felt about it. Mm-hmm. And then I got to Pat Surtain's on a field that Jameis Winston is throwing footballs. That could end so badly.
Yes, it could.
Because Jameis doesn't care. He doesn't avoid the best corner on the team. He's, hey, you flash open, I'm getting it to you.
I'm going to thread that needle.
No, you usually don't.
Yeah, that could get you in trouble.
Yeah, you usually thread that needle like Grandma Margaret does when she's trying to sew together a blanket. Like, I can't see it.
Also, Sean Payton against Jameis Winston. I feel like he's game planned for him before.
Yes. Didn't tend to go particularly
and all of the game planning he's done against the other NFC South opponents this year, pretty spot on. I would say pretty spot on. I don't care. I'm still going Cleveland plus the 5.5. You'll go Denver minus the 5.5 over under the 41. That's too low for me. I'm going over.
I'll go under.
Okay. Another where we are completely opposed.
Where what would have to happen for you to watch this game?
Oh,
Because I'll go ahead and tell you, I plan on watching none of this live.
I would have to lose every other streaming option that I have. I mean, I don't know what.
So if like you're watching Kathy Bates' sex tape or this, that's real low.
I only bring that out on certain occasions. That's only,
I don't doubt you
only,
have that,
only on my anniversary.
10 more minutes, folks.
Play with me.
Then I get. Oh my God, I'm gonna go. Is there a way to wash your brain? Is that possible?
You're in the sports.
We have a couple super chats before we go to break.
This is ESPN Asheville, and it's time for a super chat.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
We got to do this rapid fire because we got 3 of them.
Okay.
Sir Jimothy said he's going to deliver another wheelchair. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. We thank you, Sir Jimothy.
Mm-hmm.
Happy Thanksgiving to you and your lovely spouse.
Mm-hmm. And then
All right, one job.
Here comes the money.
Rapid fire. What the hell did he think that meant?
I thought that meant you were going to read them all and just screw the intro.
I think I was going to go out in the parking lot and start shooting pigeons.
Now, rapid fire means we're going to do this quick, not play the intro every time.
Hey, they paid, they get the sounder. Soaring Eagle, the Raiders are starting Aiden O'Connell. That means Antonio Pierce has to be coaching for his job, as he should be.
Mm-hmm.
I have heard that as well. Mm-hmm. They are not very pleased with how this team has gone, and with the potential of drafting a quarterback, there is a great chance that Antonio Pierce is coaching for his job.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
And Frankie Cleary, PSA, make sure you skip out on Aunt Pam's salad so you can fit a second serving of mashed potatoes. Happy Thanksgiving, gents.
That's sound advice.
That is sound advice. Unless Aunt Pam's salad is 7-layer salad, then it's all about pace, boys. As a man that knows a thing or two about stuffing his face on fat guy holidays, it's all about pace. Stay away from the starches early. You want to put the starches on top because the starches are what make you go night-night. Turkey and the starches, so you hit all the good vegetables with a little smattering of turkey and ham. Really lean on that ham. If there's a ham, that's a smart man's meat. That's a man that's going 3 plates. Because the turkey is what makes you go night-night.
You're in the Sportsocracy. This is ESPN Asheville, the scientific breakdown of how you should eat your Thanksgiving meal. I was not expecting that today. In the sports,
we have talked about Joe's landing strip and smart man's meat today. Let's go.
We got a vacation coming up in just a few minutes.
This is the most double entendre show in the history of FCC radio.
We got a nice vacation coming up for a few days here in the next few minutes. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, Jeremy will give you his bangers.
Black Friday is coming, and for the adults in your life who love the coolest toys, well, there's something for them this year, too. Bartesian is the premier craft cocktail maker that automatically makes more than 60 seasonal and classic cocktails, each in under 30 seconds at the push of a button. And right now, Bartesian is having a huge site-wide sale where you can save $100 on your purchase. So, if the cocktail lover in your life has been good this year, or the right kind of bad, get them Bartesian. At the push of a button, make bar-quality cosmopolitans, martinis, Manhattans, and more. All in just 30 seconds. All for $100 off. Amazing toys aren't just for kids. Now is the best time to get a Bartesian cocktail maker. Shake your phone and save $100 through Cyber Monday. Yes, you heard me correctly. Pick up your phone and shake it for $100 off.
Experience sensational sound with Vizio's Soundbar Collection. Starting at just $99, there's a soundbar for every budget. With Dolby Atmos in every model, cinema quality sound is closer than ever. This collection features Vizio's simplest setup yet, so you'll be streaming your favorite iHeartRadio playlists in no time. Whether you're looking for a simple setup or the cutting-edge Elevate SE with 360-degree sound immersion and auto-rotating speakers, Vizio has you covered. Head to Best Buy or Amazon to find the perfect Vizio soundbar for you.
Showtime Sports and Mountain Graphics have teamed up under new ownership by an Asheville native to better serve our community with the finest custom apparel and unique branded items at the best price. Showtime Sports and Mountain Graphics can customize whatever you, your team, business, or local group may need through high-quality screen printing, embroidery, and laser engraving right here in Asheville. Free personal delivery within Buncombe County and a reduced delivery fee anywhere in Western North Carolina. Visit ShowtimeSportsAVL.com and MountainGraphicsAVL.com. Your one-stop custom apparel shops.
At Ingles Weather, we're celebrating Friday night rivals, televising college basketball games, bringing the Fan Fest to semi-pro soccer, or taking you out to the ball game at your minor league park. It's all in the bag. Ingles, low prices, love the savings.
Do better, be better every day. That's the Parks Promise. Our mission, to improve lives with every interaction. This is JW, General Manager at Parks Ford Hendersonville. Experience the Parks Promise today at parksfordhendersonville.com. That's parksfordhendersonville.com.
Coffee store closes on. Get them the money. Then when you get the money, you get the power. That watch costs more than your car. Then when you get the power, then you get the woman.
It is a time to give great thanks tomorrow with our families, our friends, and I give great thanks that college football and all of these lowly little meandering teams can't hurt me anymore. We start with Texas, 5.5-point favorite at Texas A&M. That crowd's going to be way more orange than you think because Texas has a lot of reason to be excited. Texas A&M has very little reason to be excited. Oh, we get to go to the SEC title game. Great. And get smacked by Georgia. That won't change much. Give me the Horns. Hook 'em, -5.5. Next, Carolina, 3.5-point favorite at home, sending out Mac Brown against NC State. I think this is a scenario where you win one for Mac. I'll take Carolina. I think they win this convincingly. Emotional scene, and then we move into a completely new era of North Carolina football. But that's not what you're here for.
Underdog, underdog, underdog.
Speed of lightning, roar of thunder. Vanderbilt's a 10.5-point dog at home against Tennessee. Do not get me wrong. I don't think they're winning this game, but 10.5 feels like just a little bit too much for a team that doesn't throw the ball particularly well. Give me Vanderbilt plus the 10.5, Tennessee in the money line to win outright. USC's a 7.5-point dog at home against Notre Dame, and I feel like Bugs Bunny, and the pie's on the windowsill, and it's telling me just come do it. Come take it, because I'm duping everybody else. Give me USC. I think they beat Notre Dame outright, and that's where we see chaos.
Oh.
Notre Dame's out, and somebody that shouldn't be here is in. And finally, if you just keep coming back, you're like a stale fart. You just keep coming back. Go away. You don't deserve to be here. Gamecock, turkey bird, whatever you are, is taking out Clemson. They're going to Clemson, and they're going to smack you right in the mouth.
All right, you can take all those wagers over to DraftKings Sportsbook. It is the number one place to bet touchdowns. DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL. We all love touchdowns. It doesn't matter how you score them, through the air, running the ball, kickoff returns. All we want is more touchdowns. DraftKings, has heard us and is delivering, because this weekend, all weekend, touchdowns are on sale. Here's a reason for new customers to do a touchdown dance. Bet $5 and you get $150 in bonus bets instantly. Score big with the DraftKings Sportsbook, the number one place to bet touchdowns. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use the code WPEK. That's code WPEK for new customers to get $150 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 877-718-5543 or visit morethanagame.nc.gov. 21 plus, North Carolina only. Eligibility restrictions apply. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/ftball.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. All you degenerates, go enjoy a little college football, a little NFL. We'll be back with a whole bunch of new stuff and a new schedule on Monday.
This is your Exergen Temporal Scanner weather forecast on ESPN Asheville.
Clouds continue to increase out here this afternoon ahead of our next frontal system. Upper 50s here this afternoon. Scattered showers, even rumbles of thunder tonight. Middle to upper 40s. Scattered showers, rumbles of thunder Thursday for Thanksgiving Day, especially through the morning. It'll be breezy to windy with highs close to 60. Sunny, windy, colder for us on Friday, low to mid 40s. Sunshine, cold, near 40 Saturday, Sunday. I'm meteorologist Ken Boone at the Weather Channel.
This report is sponsored by Apple Tree Superstore.
Hurry in now to Apple Tree Acura for deals on the full lineup of 2024 Acuras, including the RDX, MDX, and Integra. Apple Tree Acura is committed to offering you professional service and a great experience. Shop online at appletreesuperstore.com and in person, I-26 and Airport Road, Asheville.
From the Ingalls Studios, this is ESPN Asheville, WPEK, W225CJ Fairview, WMXF Waynesville, and iHeart radio station.
This is the Adam Gold Show.